pursuit transcends the boundaries of time. Now we gather to witness those worthy of the weaving. Those bold enough to seize the golden thread.
Ay, nako. Tangay ng internet to.
Victory, failure, and hard-learned lesson into one immortal design. Always knowing that every challenge, every choice, every risk pulls the pattern tighter. They storm through these 3 games. And every mistake they make threatens to tear it all apart. Team Falcon! The Aegis of Champions awaits in Shanghai, China. A living tapestry that chronicles the legends of our past. 8 teams compete for ultimate glory. Only one can seize immortality. Who will emerge victorious? The battle begins. And now, introducing the finest Dota teams in the world. Team Yandex. Iron Wing. Team Spirit. Boom Boys. Team Falcon. Nigma Galaxy. Team Liquid. Team Vision.
Ano daw? Ano binabanggit ng announcer?
15 years ago, I had
Oh,
the
sige,
pleasure
pet
of
pa dito.
welcoming players and fans to the very first International. A lot has changed since then. Dota itself has changed. It's always evolving, and the best players and teams evolve with it. The Aegis of Champions itself has changed. 58 players have etched their name on that epic trophy. Those players have left their mark on the Aegis and on the game we all love. But there's one thing that never changes. Whether you're at the arena in Shanghai or watching from home, the skill, the passion, the talent of these players is always worth celebrating. And that's what we're here to do. So thank you to the fans for joining us. Thank you to the city of Shanghai for hosting us once again. And thank you to the players for giving us something to celebrate. Today, the finest Dota players in the world will strive to claim the Aegis of Champions. To all of those in the arena, to all of those who are joining us from around the world, I am honored to say, welcome to the International.
He said it. Gibbon said it.
Absolute goosebumps every single time. We have started our main event in the International, and we are getting ready to get the spectacle started with the Dota teams duking it out on that very gorgeous stage. And for us, it is the honor of talking about our first upcoming series. We have none other than Iron Wing versus Spirit to take the lead in our 4 series that are coming your way today. And I want to just start by just setting the scene a little bit before we dive into these two teams. Winter, what's this series, what's it going to be like for the people at home? Are we going to look at explosive? Is it calculated? Is it a mix of both?
I think it's going to be like a very slow-paced game. Both teams are kind of like very greedy. They look to go into the late game, especially like Spirit. And I feel like a lot of the pacing of the game is going to come down to the early game, like the laning phase. I felt like if you do well in the lane in this specific matchup, it's going to give you a lot of leeway to farm. And I think playing the map, being able to have a bigger map to farm and just get more resources is going to be a very, very key thing. The resource management is going to be very, very important for both teams.
Yeah, and we know that during the group stages, Rhea Spirit does like it when the game goes a little longer than average.
A little longer, but I also feel like sometimes they trip up on their drafts, like picking Drow Ranger into Earth Spirits and struggling there. It's like, I think the draft will be just as important as the in-game play, because what's the point of having these late game heroes if you can't win the matchup in the late game?
Yeah, actually, you know what? Saber? Both of these teams, their average match duration is just seconds apart.
Yeah, they both really like to play it long. But to be honest, so does every other team here at the International. Every single game is so close and such a nail-biter. I personally am looking forward to seeing how they match up strategically, as both of these teams seem extremely smart, like strategic-wise. Team Spirit with the way they can come back from any kind of situation, whereas Iron Wing with their incredible and insane strats, especially coming from 33. I'm looking forward to if they figured something out during this break in between the group stage and the main stage. I don't know. It's going to be incredible.
Do we have a favorite coming into this? Because I'll be honest, my predictions have, I think, Iron Wing making it out on top here.
I think based on playstyle, I would say Spirit is better with the current heroes, where they actually have a very hard carry. And whereas for Iron Wing, whenever they try to play like a really hard carry, they don't really play very well as a team, because I think in the early stages, their cores are very greedy. So one of their cores need to stand up and fight, and usually it's Pure. And if Pure is playing a very greedy hero, I kind of feel like they have problems finding moves in the early stages, whereas for Spirit, I feel like it's not the same for them. They're very comfortable sacking Lau. Lau doesn't really get a lot, but sometimes he still figure out a situation where he can actually survive and move and make space for the other core players. So I felt like the patch suits Team Spirit a lot more, so they should be the favorites in this matchup.
Yeah, focusing our attention on the Iron Wing. This is a team, Saber, that has done so well this entire year. We've had a long list of Tier 1 tournaments, and to be honest, this is the year where it's been super spread out in terms of results, but there was one team that definitely does a little better than everybody else, and that is Iron Wing.
Yeah, it's incredible. I remember them winning all of the Blast Slams like ever since they began, and they kept at it even this year. They got 2 first places from Blast Slam 4 and 5, and they just, I don't know how they do it. They seem to just win tournaments that, I mean, maybe they do have business of winning, but they just seem to do it even against the other really good teams. They also managed to win Birmingham. So even though they have some a little bit worse results, such as Valakia, it doesn't really matter as long as you win the big one. And I would say Iron Wing has certainly won the big ones. I think they have like amongst the most wins out of all the professional teams.
They do.
Which is incredible, especially if we look how many good teams there are right now.
Yeah, there's not a lot of teams that have multiple wins. Actually, there's only 4 teams that have won multiple, but Iron Wing has won 4 Tier 1 tournaments, with the close second being Yandex. And then, of course, later on there was Vision and Liquid still in there as well. But they have done really well, and there's one player in particular, Winter, you would like to highlight when talking about this team, and it's Whitemon.
Yeah, of course, it's my SCA
Of
brother.
course.
I want to highlight him because I already mentioned that Iron Wing is a very greedy team, so they need their support to step. And Whitemon, he's one of the best position 5 players. Some may say his play is not exactly very scripted. He's kind of like a randomish player. He does a lot of things that no one else would do. He walks around and he finds a kill, and nobody understands why he does that. I think his hero pool and his strength is in the laning phase. And
Yep.
I mentioned about how important it is for Pure to get a good start. So Whitemon.
Yeah, Whitemon is fantastic, and so is his team, so let's get them on the stage. fantastic group stage where they have faced 5 opponents and all 5 of them made it to the main event. So they definitely had brutal training. Let's see their opponents now, Spirit.
Bordado rin pala si Natmi ang puto.
Team Spirit!
Team Spirit, I hereby is undisputedly the crowd favorite. I think I can call it that. The crowd loves Yatoro and the boys, and this team has done so well in the group stages until the final few days. They were near undefeated, and then 2 hard series where they were on match point of making it to the main event, but they still got there in the end. Let's see if that little stumble they had was enough to help them learn from it and grow from it and take this international all the way. You can see the smiles on the players. Who'd have thought it's Yatoro that has been adopted, Rhea?
It's classic. I mean, Team Spirit, I was so surprised to see how many people in that line with slacks were just like, yeah, Team Spirit.
Yeah.
I think Team Spirit are like just a classic team at this point. And you have these absolutely iconic players with their TI wins. They're just so good. This is also a team that actually updates their YouTube channel, by the way. They release videos all the time. Shout out, because they are so fun to watch. And they even do English dubs, right? They're actually making content for the community, giving you a mind into the players, who they are, what they're about. It makes you feel connected to them. So it's it does no wonder that everyone loves them.
They are loved, and they are not very consistent in their roster.
All right, let's wake this crowd up. They seem a little bored. Hey, everybody!
Because they've had some moves here and there to be finally into their final form as they are right now. Saber Team Spirit has had a little turbulent here.
Yeah, you gotta change a few things around until it finally clicks. They also had a bunch of stand-ins, and we talked about it during the group stage that I think Team Spirit is one of those teams that take breaks very seriously. If one of the players needs to take a break, such as Collapse, they just allow him to. They get a few stand-ins, and even though they don't have as good of a results as with Collapse, it's very nice for him to be able to step back and now come back and be ready for TI, and as we could see, they are ready for sure.
They are for sure ready, and I think the newest name when we're talking about Team Spirit, it's not me, and that is the name of the player. It is not me. This is, of the 10 players on stage, the only player here that is having his first TI performance, and he is smashing it, Rhea.
Oh my god, if you didn't know about this guy before this event, I'm sure you knew him after that insane Aegis steal in the group stage with his Rubik Sleight of Fist. It was unbelievable. This guy is so talented mechanically. It just, blows my mind. But this guy is more than just his plays, right? And thank you to Team Spirit. They made a little interview with him, and he got to talk about himself. Because where did this guy come from? I think usually a lot of pro players have like family members, like, oh, my brother played Dota. He taught me. His his mother plays World of Warcraft. Fun fact.
Hey, that's cool.
But he's so cool. He was about top 90 on the ranking boards in like mid 2023, which was when he joined his first team. This guy went around to everyone. He's like, guys, can I join your team? Like, would you give me a little chance? Give me a little try? And when a team finally brought him on for the first time, I think it's like he played really badly. He said he was like, I went like 4 kills, 20 deaths on a techies. It was really bad. But eventually he made his way up to like Yellow Submarine, and obviously we know that Yellow Submarine originally was where Team Spirit came from. He took these players from there, turned them into Spirit, and now here he is too on the same team. This guy has performed incredibly well so far. I think as a character, as a player, as a person, the community has taken really heavily to him. I would like to share this fun fact. If you've seen Team Spirit playing, you might have seen them throw down a little sticker with this guy's face on it and some Russian text underneath. Let me bring you into the meme now so you guys can connect with the Russian community. The text is his name. So this guy's real, actual human name is Alexei, but a nickname for that is Lyoha. And that is what the text says. It says Lyoha. So it's literally a picture of his face with Lyoha written under it, and they just spam that everywhere. Apparently, according to him, it came from his friends spamming it all over forums, and now everyone on Telegram just posts this sticker of this guy's face everywhere, and they put it in the game, and everyone loves this guy. He's super nice, he's super chill, down to earth, doesn't get tilted type player. Like, this is a guy that you should be rooting for.
And I think, Winter, you're no stranger to scouting talent and to trying them out and seeing how they do. Having a guy on your squad that is supported like that by experienced players, that certainly brings out the best.
Yeah, it helps the young players settle in. A lot of the times, young players, when coming into like a very experienced team, you kind of feel like you have a lot of this pressure. You don't want to let them down. You know, they're TI winners. You know, you want to make sure that they can do well in the tournament. And with your teammates just giving you support, it definitely feels very, very nice. And even in the initial stages when he just joined the team, I felt like instantly he was already very comfortable with the team, and that's a very, very good sign for the young player.
A very good sign, and we've seen him pop off as well, so I'm looking forward to seeing if he can do the same on the main stage, because Saberlight is his first international, and it's his first international main stage. And it was nice playing in the group stages, and you're playing from a hotel room, so that's lovely. You know, it's obviously nicely set up there, but it's not this. It's not the booth.
It's not. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, so far he doesn't stop surprising us. He's not managed to not choke when he joined Spirit. Now during the group stage of the international. So honestly, I think he's gonna do just fine. I feel like he's in really good hands. He's got amazing teammates that are behind him, that got his back, and he's been playing incredible. So I just hope he keeps this confidence for the main stage as well.
Yeah, I hope so as well. I want to talk a little bit about which players we are going to keep our eyes out for during the early stage of the game, because Not.Me is going to be one of them. But there's been a lot of conversations about mid lanes, and then in particular, how much help will they get from their position 4s and 5s, Winter. How do you feel like this matchup is going to go down with that in mind?
I think the difference in style is going to be very, very crucial. Lau is a person that he doesn't really need too much from his support, even though it's nice if your support can come over to help you secure the runes. Whereas I think it's more important for BZM to get the supports, because he is the greedy player. If he's playing his greedy heroes, like the Invoker is one of his favorites, or Tinker. Hopefully you get to see a Tinker. I know not everybody, most of the players, they don't like to watch Tinker, but I really like to, you know, see players play their signature heroes. And I feel like BZM, he's going to need his supports more to control the runes and get stacks done for him. And he's going to need a lot more, you know, resources on the map. So I feel like the lanes is going to be very crucial, because if your lanes go well, it means that your supports are going to have the freedom to go and stack and do whatever for the mid laner. If your lanes don't go too well and then you leave, your cores are going to be crying.
Yeah, I know you don't want crying cores. That's never a good sign. And that does mean a lot of pressure on those supports. And we have gotten a couple of trends that we saw throughout the group stage in terms of heroes played. And not every support, Rhea, leans towards being able to rotate to the mid lane. Any heroes in particular you want to see? I mean, personally, I want to see Not.Me on his Rubik, but you know.
Oh, I would take that, yeah.
Yeah.
I do feel like it's nice to see a duo that I think usually we see like a kind of a saving support, like some kind of Ringmaster or Wyvern, and then we see something that does more damage, like your Hoodwinks and your Dark Willows. And I really like when they're paired together, because I think it just gives a nice mix. Anything that can move on the map, though, I like. As soon as I see a support duo where it's like a Kotl and maybe a Ringmaster, and it's like, what? They have damage and they can do stuff. It's like, is it enabling your cores? Are your cores going to be able to do things without it? Are you going to be able to hold your map space? Hopefully. But supports get a little bit tricky, and it makes me happier when they have more things that they can do on the map, when they can go and kill. When
Yeah, I know Tusk is not a very good hero right now, but IMA has been one of the few teams that utilizes this hero, and this hero gives you a lot of options in the early game. You mentioned like the support duo. Usually when you have Tusk, either 4 or 5, the other hero kind of becomes very flexible. You can pick anything, and you can swap your lanes around. So I think this hero might be a hero where we could see both teams want to get themselves on this hero, so you can actually have the advantage in the early game in terms of rotations. He's one of the best heroes to move around and create kills.
Yeah, and it enables the play that Iron Wing loves to play, which is play through the safe lane, bring Ahri on his Tusk to the safe lane. And I feel like all of their games kind of devolve into this gameplay of like, let's try lane through the safe lane. 33 is farming the jungle, and then the enemy team, you either have to match it and bring 3 heroes to the off lane and fight them, or you kind of have to commit to their style, and your offlaner is also farming back. So I'm interested to see how Spirit One decides to respond to this, as it's like kind of, it's a very bullying playstyle.
But how about bringing the play to mid? Like try to make them go mid to fight at middle lane.
That is also a play. They could easily just, while Iron Wing supports are in the safe lane, you can have your supports on the mid lane pressuring BZM. Because I do feel like, as we mentioned before, Iron Wing, they have 3 cores who kind of all need their game to get going, and they rely on it a lot. Whereas for Team Spirit, I feel like they're easily, like we had some stat where Yetoro, he's not even in the top 5 net worths at minute 10. He can easily play from the back. Collapse can easily play from the back, and Larl, we all know him. This guy, he doesn't need anything. He's gonna cook with water, and he's gonna make the best soup you've ever tasted.
Yeah, I would agree. I also feel like with Iron Wing, I mean, just through the group stage in general, through this tournament a lot, it feels like we're seeing offlaners farming the triangle more often than the carries. Like, I'll see a carry Sven, and I'm like, oh, they're stacking for him, and then the offlaner comes and just takes it. But the reason they can do that is because if you look at the map, the carry is literally just farming up and down. Like, they push out their safe lane, they go and farm the camps, their safe lane, they go
like
and farm the
this.
camps, they just farming the camps, they go
like
and farm the
this.
map so much. So if you take that tower, and you can restrict that space from the carry, like, you're kind of ruining 2 causes games at once, because they can't safely farm this line anymore, especially if you put a ward down, which a lot of teams do, and then your offlaner is then forced to also maybe then farm disadvantageously.
And this is why I mentioned maybe the runes are going to be more important, because if you secure the runes for the mid lane, you're going to be able to just run into wherever jungle the enemy is farming and just control the jungle. And if you're greedy, there's nothing you can do. And you just have to play defensively. And on the side that controls the runes, you just farm their camps and you sit on their jungle and you take all their camps and you take their bounty runes. And it's going to create a lot of problems for you, especially if you're Iron Wing and you have 3 greedy cores and you don't have your main jungle to farm.
It seems like we're going to have the battle of the greed coming our way with this upcoming series. And I do want to touch upon some things here and there we talked about already. I want to compare 33 and Collapse. A lot of, like, 4 TI rings between the 2 of them, It's crazy. But Saber, they have such vastly different styles to play the game.
Yeah, I would say most offlaners have different styles than 33. Yeah, Collapse, he's more of the classical offlaner, the initiator kind of guy. Whereas 33, he obviously can play those heroes, but he has his own niche. He has a really nice centaur, which I'm sure we'll see either picked or banned in this series. But he has some unique heroes where he doesn't focus too much on winning the lane. He instead just, does his own thing and lets his team, play the game in the way they want.
You speak a little bit about the dagger hero, and right now I feel like in the off lane, like the dagger heroes kind of feel like they're a bit more underwhelming because of the helm heroes. They're just better because of the map being bigger. The dagger hero just kind of feel like they just don't really find a place in the meta. Yeah, the meta kind of developed into, if you are playing a dagger hero, you just kind of end up buying the dagger later. Like you on some centaur, you're gonna go helm, then maybe heart or lotus, and then you're gonna get the blink. There's other like some dark seer or tide where you would also get like 1 or 2 items, and only later you get a blink, which I'm sure has something to do with the fact that the games are going so late, and Blink Dagger doesn't really give you anything. It doesn't help you farm. So you want like the other items that give you stats that help you, let's say, pull waves with the dummy. And then eventually, once you're really fat and outfarm the enemy offlaner, then you get the blink and then you can fight properly.
Yeah, I remember seeing like an Mars in group stage, which went blink like first or second item, and it just looked like there was nothing to do. This hero doesn't do any damage with his blink. It's like no one cares about fighting.
But do you think you should buy helm on Mars right now? Do you think that's the build? Like do you want to buy helm on this hero? Is it possible
Probably
to actually buy helm?
But I would pick the hero at that point.
On Mars, no. However, there is a very cool build on Mars that you can do at home as well.
Okay.
And that is, you get Armlet first item,
Yes!
which is awesome. And then you get Blightstone. And then when you turn on your Armlet and you press your shield slam, it insta-kills a wave. And then you farm real fast. And then you get your blink after.
Why don't we see it right now, Jonas?
I feel like Amar might do it, to be fair. He seems like the type.
I mean, Collapse played Mars in the group, but I don't know how he built it.
I'm not sure either. I would assume he bought some like Yule's blink, because usually you would pick Mars for the control. Like the arena is just amazing for team fights. When teams pick this Mars hero, it's for the purpose of let's have team fight and let's have initiation. So you usually can't get away with the
I mean,
the
in
amazing.
theory, he's very good against the Drow SF kind of heroes. the
Yeah,
range heroes,
exactly.
but he just can't really get past the lane.
The lane is usually the problem, and the secondary problem is this hero does not jungle. So if you lose the lane, you are in big trouble, and it is very easy to lose the lane in this meta.
Well, it sounds like there's a lot of focus on the farm coming out for also when talking about hero item builds, when talking about what to do in the early stage of the game. Like, you want to blink dagger, go for it later after you are able to farm. But that does mean that we should put some attention on the two carries. We already talked about them separately a little bit, but Winter also here. We got Pure and Yatoro with two different styles, because Pure is not about that hard carry style that hides in the jungle for 30 minutes before he comes out.
Like, he has to come out to fight the runes. I think we've seen Yatoro do it a lot. Like, whenever he's playing even his Luna, I really like it when he plays Luna. He comes to the rune, he has level 6, he has ultimate, and he just comes over to fight and just help mid laner get the rune. I think moves like this are going to be very, very crucial. And Pure is also no strange to coming to help his team. But I think a problem with Pure is he tends to sometimes be over aggressive and he dies, or he plays in a way where he's not supposed to come to help. I remember this one game he was playing Juggernaut and he was just coming to help with nothing, and he just dies, and he just feeds. And it tells you a lot about the mentality of the players. They understand their role, and it might look silly to the audience. Like, we are watching the game, we're figuring, why is this carry coming over? But it tells a lot about the team dynamics, where he is needed to help the team, because his other two cores are farming and they need somebody to come and make space, and he's the one. If his lane is bad, if he loses his lane, if Whitemon doesn't stabilize the lane, and I think they are going to have a lot of problems.
Unironically, we'll talk more about them later, but with Team Vision, one of the things Puppy noted that he was helping Satanic with is the fact that when Satanic was playing at his worst scale, it was when he was joining too many fights, when he was going for kills that wouldn't advance the game, even if it was, a kill that he could get for free or whatever. It was kind of like, you could have been farming all this jungle or doing all this stuff instead, and he's been training that boy to go and hit more camps, to go and hit more creeps, and raise that net worth up. That's why he's top in GPM every game. So it's actually, at least to that team, to that coach, to that player, it seems that farming more is better than killing and joining.
I mean, that's
fights.
actually a really good point, because you need to choose which fights to come to. You can't just blindly go to every single fight, and the fight that's good for you, you go for it. You don't blindly just take every single fight.
It's funny because the way it works is, especially for these mid runes, is by default, right? It's just the two mid laners, and then one team brings one support, and then you're gonna win the fight if you bring two supports. So then the first team brings also two supports. So then you need to bring the offlaner, and then if the offlaner comes, you also want to bring the carry. But if the offlaner doesn't come and you bring your carry, you overplayed your hand. You brought 4 when you needed just 3, and then it's just about learning or getting a read in the game of how many numbers you need to bring. And I would say throughout TI, as it goes later and later, I feel like this number increases and increases. I feel like at some point we're just gonna see 5 versus 5 on runes minute 6.
How long will it take for us to get there? Is it gonna be today? Does it need a couple, for the meta to progress?
I saw it a bunch of times in group stage. These 5 heroes minute 7 minutes. I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah, it's some grand finals game 4 stuff where you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna outsmart this guy. I don't think they will expect the 5 heroes. We've been doing 4 so far.
And then you have to do the non-committal, right? You poke, if you know your opponents might bring so many heroes, then you poke them, and maybe you lose the support, they bring too many heroes, and then you just farm the side lanes.
Yeah.
You have to be calm. Like, you have to read the situation properly. And that's why the games like this are very, very difficult to assess. Like, a team being in a more, I feel like, tense mental state, they would just react and bring heroes no matter what. They'll just play, they don't think too much.
And that's the beauty of Dota. It can work in any scenario, however you decide.
It is quite fun to talk about how that might develop, but I think I'm gonna not hold my breath for a 5v5 mid in this game, at least, as we are getting closer to getting our series underway. Don't worry, we will get there soon. But you know what? We need to properly start this game. So let's do that right now.
Iron Wing versus Team Spirit. Game 1.
It's time to talk about the Dota 2 that is coming our way. It's time to talk about the draft that is coming our way. For Game 1 on the main event, we have got Team Spirit on the Radiant side, Iron Wing on the Dire side. First pick going the way of Team Spirit, so the Radiant team, and that means Iron Wing has the strategic advantage of overall last pick, so they get to close out the entire draft. Let's see. We have got a couple of key heroes we want to keep our eyes on at the start of the game. One of them we've mentioned a lot already is the Earth Spirit. Now, it might not be bad because sometimes teams think, you know what, Game 1, we're going to let it through because we think we can counter it. And we don't know what happened in the scrims the last few days. And never mind, we do. Earth Spirit has been winning.
You know
It's
what,
now
Shiva?
bad.
Maybe they just think their opponents suck at the hero.
Yeah, that could be. It could be. Nah, it's going to get banned out. So we got a Largo banned out, Alina banned out, and an Ember Spirit banned out inside the Team Spirit with the Dream Protector, Bane, and Earth Spirit banned out by Iron Wing. They get one more ban before Team Spirit picks.
And yeah, Team Spirit first pick as well. I was gonna like bring up, oh, we've seen so many first pick Centaurs. Will Spirit take it? Because I feel like Iron Wings would if it was their turn for first pick. But Collapse has not played it that much in comparison to other heroes.
I'm excited to see some Team Spirit Draw Ranger or Lone Druid. They seem to love it on their first pick, and I think Iron Wing are not as punishing of a team against Draw. They usually just let them do their thing. And we got the Undying, even nicer. This hero is absolutely busted. Once you get the shard, you can just hide people with Tombstone. Yeah, you open your draft with a very strong support. I think this is very solid.
Keeps your options open that if you do want either Lone Druid or Drow Ranger later down the line, Undying fits in any kind of archetype, basically.
How about the offlane? When would be an ideal scenario to move him potentially to the offlane?
Trust me, Winter, I would love to see Undying offlane. However, these guys, they do not like it for some reason. I have not asked them why.
Yeah, I want to know why, because it looked so powerful like just a little while ago. When you get this, because obviously with his ult, it's so powerful because when you hit someone with it, you're doing so much more damage amp with your whole team. It's not just Undying. So the ability to buy like a blink and just go on someone and be this massive flesh tank and add that damage amp means that you can just burst heroes so easily. And this is a meta as well where people are buying like HOTS and stuff. So you have so much HP that you have to get through.
Yeah, I think it's very strong. I'm assuming that it's a little bit of a cheese pick. You kind of need to destroy your lane if you're offlane Undying, and that becomes a bit harder at TI. And I believe all the teams, or like the meta developed in a way where teams just want this Undying for his Tombstone safe later on, and they just want to get like a lane secure for a turret kind of hero, which Team Spirit like a lot, you know, such as the Drow. Lina's already banned, but
Shadow
you know,
Fiends in
Shadow
the
Fiend,
pool,
exactly,
exciting.
some Lone Druid, stuff like that. And we also got the Invoker from Iron Wing, which is very scary. BZM, one of the best Invokers in the world. They're not afraid to first pick it.
When you say one of the best, who's better? Would you not say the best? Put you on the
Big
spot there.
statement to make.
I'm
that
like,
sort of
I
argument.
know.
Miracle Invoker.
You should see my Invoker. I can invoke here and there. I can sound straight. Yeah. So, but okay, fine. BZM is slightly above me.
Nice.
Yeah, honestly, probably the best Invoker in the world. Yeah, but I also want to talk a little bit about why Invoker, in my opinion, should be in the first phase, because I think this hero, he kind of sucks in the lane. So there's actually very little point for me to pick this hero later if you wait to see your matchup, because it doesn't matter who you lane against, you're just going to get dumpstered in the lane. So why not just pick the hero early?
Very true, yeah. And they decide to cover it with the Slardar ban, which is, it's very nice against Invoker. Once you don't have much armor, if you get amplified damage, then or corrosive haste,
because he kills the Forge in the lane.
he does kill Force in the lane.
Yeah.
It does, however, give them an opening to pick the other Invoker counter, which is Puck, which is also a very hard matchup for Invoker. But perhaps Spirit, they don't like Puck as much. We'll see if they decide to answer it like that.
The Hoodwink comes out for Ari, and that is the hero that he has basically learned how to play Dota 2 on. He has been very open about when he first started playing Dota. Wasn't too great. He was a core player, And then at some point he's like, hey, you know what, this squirrel lady, I haven't tried her. And he rose to the top, and he is one of his best performing heroes. And we also saw the record. He has played it a lot, successfully so, obviously, to be here on this main stage. And as a bonus, the hero itself seems to be very good in the current meta. It's another one of those heroes, Winter, that seems to fit always.
It helps you set up your Sunstrike. I think whenever you have Invoker, you need supports that have like some kind of setup. Bane, for example, or Hoodwink, any sort of stun. And right now, Spirit, I think the reason why, I was thinking like, you mentioned, Jonas, about the puck. Maybe they can just pick the puck right away. But the other reason why I feel like they chose to go for the Pango is that they probably wanted to keep like the Pango as a flex because he can go off and can go mid. And they want to show, force their opponents to show more heroes before they decide what they want to pick in the mid lane. And this Wind Ranger as well, one of not me's hero, like a very, very strong laner. I think there's a lot of emphasis for the lane. Undying Wind, you're going to be very, very strong in the early stages. You're going to be very good at fighting at the runes.
Yeah, they got like the double flex with Pango and Wind, because both of those heroes can be played in multiple different roles, which makes it a bit harder to draft for Ironwing. But I imagine their draft is just, they just want heroes that make sense together. They got the White One Ring, very exciting. He's one of, okay, I will not say one of the best. He is a very good ringmaster.
No, he is the best ringmaster.
He is the best.
Wow, this team's the best at everything. Yeah.
How can they lose?
How can they lose?
I mean, I will say it feels like with Wind Ranger, isn't it sort of pigeonholed into support here because you're playing into Invoker. You have a very easy dispel against if it's core.
It's very possible. I feel like they sometimes don't even care. They want like, you know, you're like fast enough to dodge the tornado unless it's coming from like right beside you.
Like a Ghost Wand.
It's an okay hero against Doom in lane, but they could also easily pick their draw, which is also super good against Doom. But I do feel like Team Spirit, they love picking this this physical damage lineup with the Pango, with minus armor, which is probably also...
They could just pick a Kez and do 1 billion physical damage.
I love 1 billion damage.
1 billion damage.
Yeah, every offlaner loves Kez.
Yeah. Well, Doom is one of the few that actually is okay against Kez, as you just Doom him and then he will die because he's silenced. Sometimes.
Sometimes he is.
But so far, very strong lanes from Ironwing. Like, both of these supports are kind of picked to win the lane. You also have Sunstrike from mid, and both of these supports have like a slow or...
Which matchup would you actually prefer? Do you want like the Ring against the Undying? Like, I feel like Ring is probably better than Hoodwink against Undying.
I think either one of them is okay. I would imagine they will put the Hoodwink top, but you can play either of them. Undying, he doesn't really like these range heroes that can just keep hitting him forever. Okay, and we got the Laundry. Very nice counter pick to Doom, as you will never really be in the fight and you don't want to Doom a bear. So this kind of covers it for them. It also split pushes the map against the Invoker. So
Do you feel like they have an issue here, though? For me, when I look at this lineup and I've looked at how Lone Druids have been playing, they are very AFK. Like, they sit in that jungle for a very, very long time. And that means that right now, your other heroes playing on the map are Wind Ranger and Undying potential duo support and a Pango, and I don't feel like they do that much damage. Like, you don't have this nuke from Hoodwink or Dark Willow. It's...
I mean, but the good news is Invoker is also kind of like an AFK hero early game. Like, he's throwing Sunstrikes here and there, but generally he's like just farming and pushing waves. So you don't really, I don't feel like they're going to get pressured too much. I think in some games, I agree with you, like the Lone Druid in the early game, he's going to get punished. But in this game, I'm not sure if he's going to be punished by Ironwing unless they can find a pick here to prove me wrong. But then again, because you have this Undying and Wind support though, which I feel like is going to give them the stability in the early game. If your early game is stable, it's going to be very hard for you to attack the Lone Druid in his jungle.
Yeah, I feel like so far I'm liking the Ironwing 4 heroes much more, because I feel like with the Sunstrike you can easily bring 3 heroes top, and if you manage to land the Bushwhack on this Lone Druid, he might just die. They have so much damage with just these 4 heroes. But, you know, luckily you get to pick a 5th, so...
I'm favoring them too. Just, I feel like Invoker, whilst you say he is AFK, when I've watched them, they are buying this like Meteor Hammer, then they're able to farm ancient stacks using the Ice Wall and the Meteor Hammer, and then you have the Ghost Walk to go and scout for the Lone Druid on top of that. I mean, they have so many ways to like give vision with this hero and find this hero, and with the Meteor Hammer they can also rotate that to push in this Safe Lane Tower and restrict Lone Druid's farming space. On top of that, you still have a carry hero that might also then be able to go through the gate and come and connect to push this tower. I think they could restrict Spirit space really heavily right now.
Fuck.
So with that in mind, you would like a carry for Pure, for this last player of Iron Wing that has not yet has a hero, unless they do some shenanigans with the Doom. But you like one that is active early on.
Yeah, Kaz probably, or I don't know if he wants to pick something that has a stun for the Sunstrike like Elk, or something that can help them get more kills, but they'll have the overall last pick to decide. Whereas Spirit, they're gonna need to figure out where to put the Pango. Are they happy putting the Pango mid, or do they have a better offlaner, or do they want to just, pick another mid hero? Like, what would you like to play here, Jonas? Do you think, like, do you want to take the Pango here, or you have something else you feel like could accelerate the game for you?
It is not easy because you need a hero that doesn't get counterpicked too hard. They did ban the Draw Ranger and TA for whatever they're gonna pick, which are good bans for Pango offlane as well.
Ooh, we talked about the Taz.
The call?
Interesting. So I'm guessing it's Wind Core.
Or Undying Core.
Undying offlane!
Or maybe.
Wow.
That would be hype.
I guess they could decide after they see the carry matchup.
Yeah. That is the beauty when you flex this much on first pick. You can just decide after the draft is completed, what do you want to send where? And now it becomes a bit harder for Pure to pick his hero.
And this Tusk is going to be one of the best heroes. Like I already brought up, like Tusk could be a very critical hero in this series because both teams are very greedy. And a hero like Tusk, you can just make a lot of rotations in the early game, especially against an Evoker, and kill him and put the pressure on the other side. Sure, he's going to want to get his Meteor and his Shard and push out waves, but you got to get there, If your early game is going to be bad, you're going to have a worse timing and you're going to lose a lot of control on the map. So I really like the Tusk here to run up their draft.
Yeah, you want some of these like assassin heroes against Invoker and then just keep coming mid and keep killing the Invoker. He doesn't have many ways to survive. If he's like too far up in the wave, he's just gonna die. And yeah, you don't want that to happen. When you're Invo, you just want to farm.
He's probably not going to be getting any runes here. Like, he needs to kill the runes with the Forge.
Yeah.
Not going to be too easy, I think just looking at the supports, I feel like Spirit has a very, very good supports to take the runes, and we're going to see the Kaz here to round everything up. But I personally feel like, based on like the tempo, I'm favoring Spirit. I like to be on the Spirit side. I think they have the lineup that can play fast, they can control the runes, and they can just run Iron Wing over and not let their greedy draft come online.
I'm so glad we get to see an offlane Undying.
Me too. I can't believe they finally did it.
We made this happen. We made it.
You made it
We
happen.
willed it into existence.
Hey, I was the one who suggested it right at the beginning.
All right, so with that in mind, you guys have been talking the whole draft about how you slightly favor Iron Wing's draft. Is that still the case now that we have both drafts complete and we see who is playing what?
Now I see that it's a Core Undying and we have damage coming out from Rue on the Tusk support. It basically fixed every issue I had with it. Obviously, there's still the Kez problem. That hero is just stupid, and that's, stupid factor can always win. But I think the early Undying timing is going to allow them to just kind of roll these guys. They have so much kill.
Okay, strong words, strong point for Team Spirit. How about you, Win?
I agree. I think the Tusk and Undying, you get the tag team plus the Flash Golem. You're taking Tom, you're taking Roche. You're going to run them over. Sure, you have a Lone Druid which needs to AFK farm 20 minutes, but I think after that, they're going to take all the objectives and they're going to take control of the map.
You have to be the odd one out, Saber, and you have to keep it concise.
Let's go, Undying. I love it. Oh yeah, it's gonna be epic.
Oh, still going for Spirit. That might be the jinx that we needed for Iron Wing to take game one. But let's see what's gonna happen as we head over to our commentary duo. It's Lyrical and Trent.
Thank you so much, Shiver. And for the intro for this game, we want to do something a little bit different, as it's the main stage first game for TI. Dota is a game that's best enjoyed with friends. Those friends that we have, they're from all over the world. There are people that are tuning in right now, late at night on North and South America, people that are waking up early in EU, Africa, the Middle East, and of course, those of us in Southeast Asia and China, we finally managed to get a good time zone. You probably remember who it was that first introduced you to Dota. You may not have played with them in years. You probably have friends that you only talk to when you're playing Dota together. And probably while I've been talking, there's someone or someones that you've been thinking about. They might be somebody who you log on and look for their name first when you look on your friends list, or someone you haven't played with in a long time. So I'd encourage you, if you feel so inclined, shoot them a message. Say you were watching the International and you thought of them. Let's strengthen this community together. Now, with all that said, let's get into this weekend, celebrate what makes this community so awesome. Trent, we got a hell of a game. Let's talk about it.
We do. Thank you very much to our panel for bringing us into this. Thank you all for watching. And yeah, we have a hell of a matchup to start things. All the matchups today, of course, it's top 8. You know, we're at the main event. They're all good matchups, thankfully. So, there's so much to dive into, and they're already into it in this one.
Oh my God, Purno, he's going down early. They got him. Yatoro gets first blood, looks for another. Oh, give him another kill. Why not a third? It tastes so yummy for the bear. But Whitemon able to unicycle his way out of there. 33 might not be so lucky. The blocks coming in from Laurel. The crowd is liking what they're seeing, and as they count on up to 5, he gets rooted. He gets body blocked and killed.
Yeah, what you're hearing right now, Shiver was not kidding. Let me tell you that when Team Spirit is shown on the screen, the cheers are very loud in here. They are clearly the fan favorite of this event.
Oh yeah, they are absolutely, definitely the new team that's been adopted by the region, we can say.
Did they adopt them, or did Team Spirit adopt the crowd, you know?
That's a good point.
I feel like they're the ones who've been putting all this effort to, like, get fans and everything, and it has worked, and they are behind them right now. And that's such a good buff. Like, you know, I was talking to people about, like, the idea of just having the crowd, right? Listen to them. They're getting hyped.
33's in trouble again, and Yatoro on a killing spree here at sub 1 minutes.
All right, well, I'm not a Lone Druid expert, but I believe that's good to be happening on the hero that's rather greedy and a little absent sometimes in the early game.
Well, definitely will not hurt them. You know, it's one of those heroes that just can kind of get done what he wants. And, you know, throughout the group stage, there had been a lot of focus on Laurel and him not being able to sort of have the impact that they wanted. But, man, if your bottom lane is going like this...
Another one.
What else is going to be able to set you up for success?
Jeez. All right, well... I mean, Iron Wing fans, before you enter total panic mode, there's one thing that kept being brought up by both players, talent, anyone I talked to about Iron Wing. It's like, yeah, but BZM's not going to get Invoker. That's what I heard every time. Anytime this was brought up, it's like, well, he's not going to get the Invoker because they'll just ban it. So you have the Invoker, all right? This is your backstop here, okay? This is what's going to provide the safety of this game for you on Iron Wing.
They're going to definitely need it, because if you get off to that type of start with a core Undying lineup and draft, the push that's eventually going to come is going to be pretty significant. So we'll see how they're able to deal with that 6-1 start here at just 2 minutes.
I think the Undying is a masterful way to play this draft for this matchup, because both of these teams, well, particularly Iron Wing, really want to play the Undying. They really want to use this as a 5. It's very frustrating to play against. Whitemon is already this player who's so good about controlling space and understanding what are the high value areas in the game. And controlling those with Tombstone is obviously very easy. He loves to fight at the 7-minute rune, right? Yeah. He loves to come in and take your stacks. Like, how much are teams stacking up their mid camps here to try and help their cores? And he's always ready to deal with that. So they grab it early, and then they flex it back to this offlane, which offlane Undying has never stopped looking good. I think it still seems like a very good role for the hero.
And definitely in a type of matchup where you want to just run at them and keep going fast. I mean, look at this. The pressure that you can put on early to Kez. Pure is not comfortable in this lane, although it's 7-3 versus the 16-6. They're taking him down, man.
And we were only blessed with a few Not Me games in the group stage to cast, but when I was going around and watching the other games, it was the Not Me Wind Ranger that kept impressing me here.
So he's going to need it right now. He's already used Wind Run. Not Me in a little bit of trouble. They get the turnaround. Silence is there. Sunstrike not going to connect.
You're welcome.
Collapse can find a little bit of a cleanup, as he's going to run down Whitemon. One more punch is all he's going to need. Does have Stick and Decay, so he'll get it.
Okay, so we can confirm the caster curse works when we're not the main audio in the arena. We can infer that now?
We can do that from anywhere. That's a specialty.
I've done it during a replay before. You know, it's all powerful really here. So Oh my goodness, we're bringing up the numbers early.
I mean, look.
Just throwing it on the screen.
It is a good start. That is what we can say for sure. And obviously, Iron Wing is making a change up as they rotate heroes out, but that means BZM now won't have anybody to rotate to help him. So the one lane that was going good is going to fall apart.
And this is exactly what Saberlight brought up on the panel. He said, you know, you're going to see these heroes rotating in mid lane to the Invoker. This is the vulnerability of this hero, though, up top.
That's nice. They need that one. So
and that's 2 kills. That's 2 heroes. 125 on the Tombstone. Like, give me that gold.
I'd like to see that one for sure. So again, whenever they start rotating these heroes out of there, it tells you that they're needing to make some type of a change because Iron Wing is not liking what they're seeing. And Laurel is kind of gonna start bullying BZM if Rue sticks around.
Yeah, as long as he's got some friends. But now it's Rue who gets caught with a TP from Ahri. Very quick rotation.
Laurel, can he get over and help him? Burns with the slowdown, and that's what BZM needs. Can they do anything else to Laurel? Doesn't look like it.
Looks like meanwhile, Whitemon and Not Me were duking it out or something up there. As Not Me retreats back, and Whitemon is all the way back to this tier 2, but has a salve, so he can stay in the game. 3-3 has given up on the lane, and well, Yadro doesn't want to just give it up for free, though. He's going to TP to the tier 2, bring the bear. They're going to TP in Rue.
Okay, now he does already use the stun. 33 does have a TP if he wants to use it, but now that the root is there, it's not going to happen. So they manage to continue to bully 33. 3 deaths for him already. That's not the 3-3-3 he wanted this event.
No, not what he's angling for at the moment, is it? And not really that costly on Yadro, right? Like, I mean, Rue's very happy to make that rotation. The wave was already pushed out. Yeah, he's going to catch this wave at his tier 1 tower. So really good opportunity to find that kill, push out the Doom, but not take away any of your own farm. Keeping him at the top of the net worth by like a 1,200 gold right now.
Yeah.
Yadro is massive.
This is a serious problem. And do they get lucky with the rune? Doesn't look like it's Illusion up top. BZM does not have a Forge Spirit over there, though, so that one is likely going to be going to Laurel, unless he's doing the long wraparound with it right now. Regardless, though, it does look like a great start for Team Spirit, and
it does.
Iron Wing trying to pick up the pieces a bit.
They have some stuff that's going to come online soon. I mean, Ahri, one of the heroes coming into the series that you were probably thinking you might not see will be the Ahri Hoodwink. It has been his best hero. If you ban the Hoodwink, he's going to play Dark Willow. If you ban the Dark Willow, he's going to play Lion. So they've just given him the Hoodwink in this trade of heroes in the draft. And when he hits 6, he's going to be looking to really get some kills around here. Like Bushwhack, into Sharpshooter, into Sunstrike. People are going to die.
And the plus side of 33 dying so much of this Ahri is actually already level 5, and now as they move in Yadro, he doesn't walk back into the Sunstrike. You gotta hit those with the Bushwhack, and
this
now
is 7 minutes.
They're gonna be able to take this Wisdom away. Undying's holding the other. Iron Wing really not feeling good about this.
Okay, they needed that one, Gabe. Yes. I'm not gonna lie. That's a tough one. Right, because that's when you get these levels, right? That's when you get the 6 on the Hoodwink. That's what brings it back. And now 3-3, not again.
He just on him. They're not letting him breathe. There's nowhere to go. 33 Doom was feared so much, and Spirit seemed to have come up with answers to it. They're going to Bushwhack a bear.
That's cool.
It's not going to do anything. Man.
Oh boy, all right. Well, 4 points in Exor right now. Time to start doing some calculations with these other heroes. Collapse, okay, in trouble here. Yeah. It is a Kez right up top. Not a fun time for any offlaner.
Yeah, and that is a bonus. Like, you can see these cores are still getting relatively farmed. Not quite enough to get the kill there with the Sunstrike BZM, but this could be a good move. Unfortunately, not level 6 on 33, so they can't just drop the Doom on them. They do secure that the haste rune will not go to him, though, as Whitemon getting ran at by Collapse the Zombies, just chasing him down. A good whoopee cushion to try and get away, but it doesn't look like it's going to end up mattering.
Unnecessary TP from Laurel, I guess, just in case there was some backup. Rue was there, too. Man, they are putting so much effort into keeping him alive right now.
Oh, yeah. And in the meantime, tower taken by Team Spirit. Pure thinking to himself, there's not really anything else to do there. Still just working on the Perseverance. I mean, are they going to be able to come online in time? Like, the Kez going in for this item, you know, trying to play with the Invoker. Doom has not been able to do anything. Like, who's going to do anything for Iron Wing?
I mean, Ahri really needs this level 6. I mean, that's the truth of it. Like, Whitemon's still level 4.
Yeah.
He's hoping that they can get some plays up here to maybe get him a little XP, but I imagine it's Ari picking up a little bit. There he goes. Level 6. Unfortunately, it is spotted under an observer ward by the Radiant that they left near that previous tier 2 down bottom. So they're going to be aware that Ari has hit 6 and will definitely be looking for a maneuver. Not-Me's a pretty hard target to go for. Larl's playing really far back right now, just farming the jungle.
Yeah, I mean, this Doom also hitting level 6 now, so there is an opportunity there, but I mean, it's pretty hard to just walk up and Doom these heroes. Cue to like 5 minutes from now when he walks up and Dooms the hero.
Yes, you know,
there's no doubt that's
it do be like that sometimes.
But we'll see. He's got the little Ogre Smasher creep as well. Love to see that. Yeah, eyes on a Midas. I mean, that's the type of game it is. Iron Wing understanding early, like, we need to just sort of dodge and get to our items. We'll see if he decides to fully commit for that or not, as the stacks are being built. The other plus side is Team Spirit does not know about these yet.
That is the real question mark, right? Because you have the Meteor Hammer done for the Invoker. We know we need this recovery for pretty much everyone on this team, so any stacks are amazing at the moment. And the fact that Collapse on this core off lane Undying is not able to rotate in here is very good news for them. So here's what the panel discussed. Ice Wall, Meteor Hammer. Go ahead, do this in your pubs.
It's very nice.
Get some gold.
It is a lot of gold, and Doom there to help out. Take a couple of these along the way as well. Yeah, this is, you know, their sort of catch-up mechanic. You can see it's not really fully caught up, as Team Spirit has had a really good early game, but it's something. It at least starts getting them to that next item, those next levels that maybe are going to allow them to prevent some of this snowball from continuing to roll. As Hailstorm is done for Yatoro already.
And the next stage of that is taking these top towers. We got big rotations coming from Iron Wing up top. They want to defend this tier 1.
Tornado does connect. They've got the Meteor Hammer after the fact, but finds the shackle onto both of the
I like how
he controls.
He stops for the power shot anyway, even though it's not going to do anything, you know?
And they do lose the Tusk.
Yeah, Roos forced to snowball, ends up dying. They're going to keep chasing here. That is not going to hit from Pure. Oh!
Very nice collapse. So 12-6. And again, just trying to defend this. Like, we've got two powers in the hard camp.
Being hit by a power shot by Not-Me as well.
That feels so bad.
Yeah, that we're sharing the hard camp together and somehow the support is stealing some of it from us. Meanwhile, they're smoking up. Now, where do you even go though? Like, do you try and wrap around them? They're scanning to see if they can get up onto this high ground right now.
I mean, if they get around and find Invoker up there, Collapse is sort of hanging out with this Tiara there. Oh, cuts the tree too. They do manage to hit the Sharpshooter. Sunstrike, walk back into it.
Okay, here comes the wraparound.
Sometimes you get it freehand, but this would be a nice kill to get in turn. BZM disarmed for the moment. They decide to go for the Rolling Thunder forward. Find and kill BZM. Pure, can he get out of there? Dust. Got him under control. Shackle will not latch, but I think they have enough damage anyways. Backs away, fear down. Laurel is in trouble and going to die to this. But they got what they came for. Is it going to be any more? Yes, they managed to find Rue. In the meantime, Yatoro is losing, or sorry, they're taking down that tower.
A nice use of the space. I will say that. Not a good trade except for the tower. That part of it is good for Spirit, but that is not what they drew up, right? Collapse was hoping to bait them into the engagement and sort of take it at the same time. Instead, he dies first. Now, in the end, they're also going to lose Not-Me, so...
Yeah.
Costly take of a tier 1 mid. Collapse does get a revenge kill onto Ari here as he starts heading into a the modern-day Largo build.
Right.
Can't, you know, name this hero. Could be either.
I will say it does look like things have gotten a lot better for Iron Wing over the last couple of minutes. Like, yes, Yatoro is still immense, but there has been a couple of these trade fights that look pretty good. Now, this would be pretty bad if Pure gets brought down. Do they have a way to chase him any further? Dust out. Does not have anything but the slowdown there and a punch. Ooh, but the save coming. Pure caught. And they just have enough.
Too much chase and catch happening right now. And we're going to have that early Essence Distiller on Not-Me as well. That'll be the first choice here. We see it a lot versus the Kez. Keep tracking him down for this ulti. Very annoying.
Another tier 1 tower taken. Sub 14 minutes. And we have not been able to get similar success on these buildings across the rest of the map. Laurel thinks about going up high ground. Ahri not quite going to be able to get him there with the bushwhack. I mean, it is a lot. Like, if you get a bushwhack with the, you know, finding the sharpshooter into a Sunstrike, somebody will die to that.
It's true, but they're playing defense in their own jungle right now, just trying to hold them back. He's trying to provide a space for BZM and 3-3 to farm, but they're losing their own Wisdom Rune.
Yeah.
And now we got Wisdom trying to also be taken on the Radiant side by Collapse, so they've lost all 4 of the Wisdoms so far this game.
Yeah, the experience difference is definitely a problem. Somehow Not Me is still just level 7 on the Wind Ranger. That's fine. He's been running around trying to do a lot. But yeah, the big difference maker is going to be between that lone druid and the other heroes. And you've seen what this hero can do when he's left to just his devices.
Look at BZM right now. My guy has been sitting in the jungle. He's just hiding behind his tier 2, lasting with Forge Spirits.
Yeah.
You know, he is having a bad time.
It's very true. I mean, he's got eyes on the Boots of Travel. In the meantime, there's a smoke going towards Kez. And Ahri, Whitemon, are they going to try and pull him into this and make a go at somebody?
They do need someone here to kill, though.
I mean, look, like, that's the thing. He needs to farm, too. If they miss on this smoke, it feels really bad. So, yeah.
And look what Rue's doing, right? We're seeing this a lot this TI, especially near the end of the group stage. The supports, if you are winning, they're just doing a lot of this.
Yeah.
A lot of finding a buddy. You know, if you get lost in the woods, you're supposed to hug a tree. That's what you're supposed to do, so that, you know, you don't move around too much and the search and rescue can find you. Rue is hugging a core, you know? He wants to keep them alive. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, and now they know. Now they know they're heading down this way. Are they going to try and fully commit for taking this? I mean, they brought 4 heroes for Ironwing, so it feels like this is going to turn into that, but I don't know if Spirit are going to give it up for nothing. They're already smoking.
The glyph hits on the Meteor Hammer, though. Feels good.
Starting to make the move. Not me.
There goes a lot of heroes.
Rue collapse nearby. They get the tower. Can they get out? Ironwing trying to run. They find one. It's Whitemon. I think if you're Ironwing, you're going to be happy with just losing him. So 3,000 gold lead here at 6 minutes. Staying steady as Collapse almost has that first item, Octarine, done.
Oh, yeah.
What a shackle from Not Me. Finds him, gets him, kills him.
I heard Not Me had a deal with the manager that if he plays well enough on Wind Ranger, they're going to buy him that statue.
Oh my God.
And so far, he's 5 out of 6 on the shackle. So
and
I hope they pre-ordered one.
I mean, I feel like if you, as the Doom comes out of the Collapse, is he actually going to die here? Oh, they're bringing in a lot of numbers. He's low. Sunstrike not going to hit Collapse. He lives through the Doom. And now 33, the double shot through with Not Me. Oh, it's pretty. It's very pretty. Wow.
Oh, yeah. That's the Aghanim Scepter now finished as well for this Lone Druid, by the way. We have entered the problem zone right now. The Essence Distiller's role for the Wind Ranger to try and deal with this Kez. Problematic issues arising now for Ironwing as they, again, just try and get some gold on these heroes to try and find a spot where they can actually fight, because there are uncertainties in Dota. You don't know where the enemy core is farming in the fall. You can't be sure of it. But you know that the Tormentor is going to spawn in 20 minutes. Do you think you can fight that Tormentor right now as Ironwing?
Oh, God, no.
It doesn't look like it, does it? I mean, you would like to.
Right. The other thing, though, too, is that, like, as the map is getting more and more constricted, it's feeling like they're really pushing Ironwing into a corner where there's only going to be a couple of places where they're able to farm. If they can keep this sort of pincher move going and keep them stuck in a certain area, the pickoffs are going to be relentless. But time will tell how this one ends up working out. Ironwing definitely have some late game potential if they can handle this storm of pressure coming from Team Spirit. And it's worth noting, this is not what Team Spirit is like known.
I was about to bring that up, actually. We have a reversal of roles right now. Right, this is typically, it's Team Spirit who are down maybe 4K around 20 minutes, but you got this faith that, like, they'll win a big team fight.
And they don't, I mean, they're ahead now, so it's pretty dang good. Ahri throws out the sharpshooter, not going to connect in a meaningful way. And in the meantime, the bear is found, but with Rue nearby, they just end up being Invoker who goes down first.
Yeah, not much you can do about that bear. Time to just back it up. But yeah, it's Team Spirit that are known for these comebacks. It's not really an Ironwing thing. Ironwing are used to having some sort of a cheeky little part of their lineup. They grind their way into a lead, and they just hold that lead. they don't tend to make really aggressive moves either to like really grow that lead. They're very happy like holding a 5K lead till Roche, and then they get their Roche, and then they feel more comfortable moving forward. But when they're behind like this, it's a different game for them.
Right, you had that sort of thing that you were talking about of like sort of the highlight plays of Team Spirit.
Yeah, that's their go-to. I mean, they are making highlight plays right now for this game for sure. Like, Team Spirit is a team that they might be behind a little bit, but you see these individually efforts and these like 2 or 3 hero skirmishes that really impress you, or the way they take a fight after immediately losing the Aegis is like classic Team Spirit. Maybe they just aren't as used to playing from ahead, and that'll hurt them.
Okay.
That's the cope right now if you're an Iron Wing fan.
Well, they start the Doom right away. Snowball save on everything. Is it going to be enough to keep him alive? Tornado after the fact. Ori is already dead. Now it is going to be enough to kill off the Undying. As the ice wall is down, tries to stop any extra aggro, and it's a blink away from Doom understanding the danger.
Good trade.
Yeah.
Support for Core. I mean, Ari, you are kind of hoping to scale him a little bit in his classic way, so that hurts to be losing him, but you still get a better trade out of it. Not if you lose your Kez, though.
This one feels mighty bad as Pure nowhere left to go. Laurel and Collapse make their move, and even a little bit of retribution as they take down the bear. It never feels as good as a real core kill, though.
No, there's 2 heroes this tournament that have had this very frustrating impact, I think, to play against, of they're dead and then suddenly they're back. And that's the Ember, who can immediately buy back into the Remnants, and it's this Undying with the Ceaseless Dirge. Like, you're supposed to kind of gain something when you kill a core hero, and he was just back and just immediately killed Pure.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he's just out on the map farming again with his Octarine core. Oh, that is, I did not make the connection with the Ceaseless Surge. That's very funny. That's
cool.
Very clever.
I liked it.
Everything else about it's already really good. I didn't even consider that.
Well, they are going to move on into the Roche now with the 4K gold lead. Team Spirit just before Wisdoms. Maybe this means Iron Wing is finally going to be able to get a Wisdom rune. It looks like it as Whitemon is heading over that direction. And yeah, you can see just the idea is immediately into a Ghost Scepter and a Blink Dagger.
All right, they got a Wisdom Shrine.
Let's go.
Woo! All right, the good news, it is only a 4K lead. And
yeah.
Like, this is the classic of, we seem to be getting these big leads right out of the laning stage, and the leads often stall out. Part of that is because the map is very big, right? There is a lot of places to farm. So if you don't invade and take away these really like tight areas near the tier 2 on either side for heroes to farm, then they can keep up. And Spirit, we're a little slow getting some of the towers as well. So it slowed down the progression to taking those zones away, as say with Whitemon fall. But again, this is the issue where the Tormentor's up, the Roche is up. They can definitely take these very easily on Spirit if they ever want to bring in Yadoro for them. The longer you wait, the better chance Iron Wing do have to defend them as well.
Right.
So I think there is somewhat of a pressure here to go after these objectives.
Right, to keep the ball rolling.
Like, not just the Aegis, right? Get the Tormentor as well.
I mean, this right here is going to be a little scary. If the bear does that to your carry just to steal away a Centaur, it speaks to how comfortable they're feeling in the game. And now Blink Dagger done on the Tusk. So bringing Pure a little bit low with the bear, and now hunting in with more. Pure gets immediately caught by Laurel, and yeah, 2 salvos, he's down. Whitemon not going to be long for that world either as they move in with Laurel. Get that kill too.
Keep in mind, I think Lone Druid's at like a, 35 or something % win rate? Am I crazy on that? I feel like this hero has struggled, actually. Like, it was a hero, we all know it's very powerful, but some teams were struggling to succeed with it because it felt like it didn't do a lot early.
Right.
We have 9 kills on this bear at 22 minutes. So either Team Spirit really thought about that in terms of, we should get some connections with the hero and like try and be aggressive a bit early and utilize this. I guess that must be part of it, because it kind of makes sense that this is the hero you would offer up in the draft after seeing the whole group stage as a unit, right? And recognizing what heroes did really well, like that Earth Spirit, and what heroes seem to be struggling, like the Lone Druid.
Well, and some of that is the early kills, but also I think just the laning setup and switching that Undying to offlane really changed the dynamic of what the draft was looking like. And Iron Wing were not able to adjust quickly enough, obviously. And just kind of got ran at so far. It's not out of this world that they're going to be able to make something happen, but these types of things are a little scary. The fear is there. Looking for a Doom, maybe 33. And thinking about a chase. They've got the Tusk already onto the Invoker, but the turnaround is going to be there.
Nice.
So an overextension from Spirit Iron Wing. They capitalize.
I think all of their good moments have just been turnaround plays. Like, have they initiated much of an aggressive maneuver at all in Iron Wing?
I don't think so.
It certainly hasn't been their forte, this one.
Like maybe one Doom down bottom onto Collapse, but yeah, it's not been a whole lot of that.
So there is this forced pressure coming out here from Team Spirit, and whenever you make those moves, you have to be very certain that you're going to connect and at least get a good trade.
They were very ready in that area. So Team Spirit, Laurel and Collapse heading down bottom. We'll see if the Bear decides to come and join them. He already has 3 components of an Aghanim Scepter along with Blink Dagger. Laurel, I mean, there.
We have that shard on the Undying too with the snowball, so trying to kill these heroes is going to be very tough because that Ag is going to add even more HP to this Pengu already. He has his barriers going. He's going to get pushed in the snowball, put in the tombstone. It's very difficult to get a final kill here, and they've struggled to link together all their abilities, right? Like some sort of a bushwhack into the Wheel of Wonder, try and lock them all down. It's not all hitting right now. The Shiva's Guard will be great if they can get it here onto 3-3 as he gets punched up. Forced to BKB. He is worried about there being more heroes here. Turns out it was just a little goblin.
But Whitemon, they find him. Now going into the box, Laurel was looking for more, can't quite get it. Collapse does get brought down by BZM. So a big kill there. Are they going to be able to do so? I mean, he's got Doom. Oh, this would be such a big get if they can get it.
Get him.
Right on top. Oh, no, that was your moment.
Oh! He
didn't know. He didn't know.
Well, he did the math.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, I would have to, like, it wasn't going to work. It wouldn't be enough.
Oh, BZM does manage to get out of there.
It is very funny to find the fake hero. This lone druid just off hermiting his way into the small little camps on the edge of the map by their base.
Right. I mean, it was probably, not enough time on the Aegis that it would have mattered anyways, so just now expires. But 26 minutes, and you can definitely feel it is a game of cat and mouse going on right now. Team Spirit trying to hunt and kill Iron Wing where they can, and Iron Wing just hunting creep waves, stopping Team Spirit from pushing these out and getting pressure onto the towers. They've done a good job of keeping them off their tier 2s.
They've done an excellent job of keeping this lead stagnant for Spirit.
Yes.
Like, it is not a great sign. It feels like Iron Wing are still able to move out pretty freely on their side of the map and get a lot of the camps that they want. Now 3-3. Has to be careful here.
Finds him.
Has his BKB.
The punch is there. Now catching him in the shards. That's Doom down. Essence Distiller already expended. Does he have enough to live through this? That don't work, buddy.
Should be all right on this Doom.
And now with Yadro forward, they find the shackle, the latch, the connection, and 33 going down.
No backup in time here from the rest of Iron Wing. Now, again, this is 3-3, like, kind of playing a little bit ahead. He's giving the space to his Kez and his Invoker so they can be farming in there, because Kez is really strong.
Right.
Like, Kez is a hero that, if they don't start snowballing early, they tend to struggle to catch up here as they just drop another. But that's his BKB, so Kez can now play the game.
BZM, they pop the dust, see him there. Collapse walks forward, don't know what he thought was going to happen there. A tornado barely keeps him alive. And now going to be able to find that kill. With Pure in the area, hops back inside the tombstone for Collapse, thinks about walking into him. Draining mana, stepping forward. Not me, Yatoro, they're right on top of Pure. Pure needs to get out of there. They slow him down a bit. Do they have enough though? Not quite. The Wheel of Wonder will not get any hypnotizes out. So it's going to be forced to TP away.
Oh, it's instantly back to pushing out this mid lane as BZM.
Yeah.
They dive pretty deep, but Yadoro's still working on that top tier 2 tower. The heroes are going to come in here, though. I don't think he's going to get a chance to finish this off. They're not sticking with the bear. They're worried about the fight after. Or not. Or the bear's just going to get it, maybe. Yeah, never mind. All right. We're just going to let it go. It's fine.
Yeah, not a big
deal. Who wants a tier 2?
It's all good. So a gem picked up now for Windranger. You're still wanting to get into that Aghanim Scepter that gives you so much more freedom to make moves. Iron Wing, they finish a Shiva's Guard, but it's a BKB now done for Lone Druid as well. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely feeling like they're gonna need to win a fight at some point, or like hope that Team Spirit overextend in weird ways, because I don't think they can win 5-on-5s at this point.
No, this bear with a BKB is a problem. Like, he is just gonna run in. What is gonna happen to him? What are they gonna do? He's just gonna start eating somebody.
Yeah. Disperser looking to be next. Team Spirit playing around potentially the 30-minute Tormentor. We'll see if that's what they decide to do.
They took it very late.
Okay.
We're waiting for them for a while.
Got it.
Yeah.
Keeping this gold lead steady. Iron Wing playing opposite side of the map. They could potentially start pressuring the top side. I mean, you're not going to be able to trade towers.
Yeah, they know Roche could be up right now, so this is the let's get our wards down and let's just guarantee it, and yeah, that feels bad. There goes the Aghanim Scepter for quite a while on this Kez. Did he? Oh, he sold the rest to buy, right? Because he finished the PK. Yeah, whatever. That's fine. That's okay.
The bear comes in, gets another tier 2 tower
Just for
in mid.
free?
Yeah, no response at all. Oh God, I mean, you've got to kill this bear here, surely.
I mean, they've made a decision in terms of when they're not going to fight.
Yes. Ari, Adoro looks for another. That ward. Get out of there, buddy. The woodlandness of you will not save you from the bear.
I mean, that's lore accurate. I don't think a bear is very good at catching a squirrel.
That's a good point.
You know?
Yeah, should get a buff for Hoodwink. Definitely a hero that needs it.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, second Roche is up now. 33, still sitting pretty with his Midas. And being hemmed into their base.
Yeah, they just had a Sunstrike there from Iron Wing to scout the fact that Roche is up.
Okay,
So
up.
they know they're coming down. This is it. This is their aggressive maneuver. They're going to move carefully, with purpose, to potentially find their first real aggressive maneuver of the game. Lyrical, it's not progressing very forward.
No.
It appears to be just
It's
a
a
slope
lateral.
on their own. We have gone from the North American football to rugby.
Yes.
We simply throw the ball to the side. I understand.
They would really like to catch this bear, and he's gone. Yeah, that one hurts. That doesn't feel great.
The sideways smoke.
Okay.
They
Okay.
have more smokes. They do have another smoke. They actually have many smokes because they haven't done it. They have 3 smokes right now. Okay.
Dude, that
All right.
positives. Look
So
at the
this is
upside.
it's kind of like when you throw a dart the first time and you're way off. But you
Yeah.
know that was just like a calibrating dart, right?
Yes.
You're understanding. Now they understand their side is clear. They can smoke slightly further.
Yes.
You know, a smoke gank begins with a single smoke gank that's bad.
Well, let's see if they can get one here on Spirit. They are running directly into the area that Iron Wing is at.
The bear.
But a TP away from the Invoker. I mean, yeah, I think they just recognize that they still can't really fight this easily.
Oh, he just blinked.
Yeah, Ari is going to get caught and killed here, but
It's sad that blinking to his own jungle is considered an aggressive blink right now,
Yeah.
but that was an aggressive blink.
I mean, Team Spirit is just, they're so good at this type of, this point in the game, reading the map, understanding where their opponents are going to be, and then, of course, playing around objectives. This is where Team Spirit, you know, it's their bread and butter.
Yeah, and they're not messing around. Roshan has roared. They instantly drop the tombstone. This is not a place you can fight as Iron Wing. And, okay, safety first.
Yes, he got hit by the Essence Distiller, so had to BKB to get out of there. Meanwhile, Kez, is he going to be so lucky? EZM Whitemon retreating, understanding what could be coming their way. Not me, still on the chase. He's a little bit ahead of the rest of the heroes on the team, except for Yadaro on the bear, who's gonna run right into Pure. Broken, feared, rooted, damage out. That is your carry, that is your carry. That doesn't feel good at all. Pure, can he manage to get away? They drop the Doom onto the Wind Ranger. Yadaro does not appear to be giving up. Just chased him down. The solo kill.
Mr. Yadaro, I don't feel so good.
Look at this guy. And now another.
Okay,
Oh, another!
come on.
Another! You need more heroes to deal with the bear. It is eventually going to get brought down. Oh, the crowd liked that.
Yeah, not a button he's had to press too often this game. Summon Bear.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
Jeez. All right, the new model is out. That is absurd.
A very, very strong bear. 32-15. And
But Lyrical, he had a BKB.
he did have a BKB.
Why did he still die?
I mean, you know,
This hero seems quite strong.
I will say Lone Druid just got a little bit stronger with the finished Disperser now done. And I mean, okay, if they can kill the bear right now, actually this could be an issue. Will they be able to? They're thinking about it, but they baited out. Now the Walrus Punch 33 nullified, roll through from Laurel. They know he doesn't have a BKB because he used it down bottom. BZM jumps in, finds the Undying, good damage out, gets the kill. Another overextension by Spirit. And now
they have to chase. This is so desperately needed. They've cut the lead down a little bit here too.
Laurel got to get away. He doesn't have much mana at all to use his abilities.
Ari's still trying to find him. They see the creeps where they were moving, but the tier 2 is still up. It's going to be a bit too far to chase. They will regain control of their outpost. So that relieves some of the pressure. And not me seeing his friends dead. Just get a little bit of farm at the top of the map.
Notably, did not have to use resummon again, as the bear did get out. So we'll have it for a little while. But yeah, showing in that last instance how strong the EMP can be from the Invoker, just burning through the mana of several of these heroes. It's a big issue.
And Iron Wing exploring a new territory here, the Radiant side of the map. I think the first time they've actually gone through their Ancients at the moment. Unfortunately, they don't find anyone to kill. They will now find Not Me on his way back over to his own side, though.
Yeah, silenced and dead.
Hey, keeping their numbers advantage right now. This can keep them a little further on the map than maybe they should be. Bear forced to BKB.
That's not to drop it there, and the bear gets away. So yes, a 5K gold lead. It's sort of dwindling back and forth a little bit here. Team Spirit, for the last several minutes, have taken a couple of hits. Still in a strong and comfortable position, but we'll see if that continues to change.
Yeah, for me right now, the gold lead isn't really the factor. It is the saves. It is the layering of the saves that are still available here on Team Spirit that gives them the edge in these team fights. And that's what I'm looking for Iron Wing, is how do they deal with that? Again, going to use another smoke. They are burning through their stockpiles right now.
This has got to work for him, and Collapse, the first person they run into.
Good.
KB response, gets the ulti off, immediately doomed. Laurel rolling around, doesn't quite connect onto Pure or Ari, but 33 is in pretty far, and now Laurel is going to hunt the Invoker while 33 gets gobbled up by the Lone Druid. BZM, BKB out, throws out a couple good meteors, manages to burn through that Aegis. Okay, 1 for 2 so far. Collapse is going to be able to live through most of this, but eventually, he gets saved in the Tombstone. Yadro there, right on top of Pure. Is God's going to go down? Yes, but now Rooted, saved by.
All right, what are they going to do?
Ringmaster.
Is it time to leave? Are they going to chase?
The Shackle lands a really good one, connecting from the Forge Spirit. Pure going to pop the ulti. Yadro continues to run in with the bear. It's low, and eventually it dies.
All right, summon force out here again from Yadro. More gold going the way of Iron Wing, and the insta-doom on the Undying. That is the key target, right? That's definitely the hero that's going to have the most impact on. It removes one of the saves, since he's got that shard on the Tombstone, and also reduces, obviously, his just ridiculous amount of healing and everything. The problem is he is surviving through it, but he is a little bit weaker as he engages into the rest of the fight, so that helps them bring him down.
We talked about BZM being the answer for this lineup. And Iron Wing, if they could manage to come away with a victory here, this would be one of the more impressive wins that we've seen from them. Because as you said, this is not a team that's, known consistently for coming back like crazy. Obviously they can do it, but Team Spirit in the late game is a difficult beast to battle against.
We saw in the panel, right, talking about the match duration and the averages that they have.
Yeah.
They're very similar, averaging around like 46 minutes, I believe, in terms of their games. So both of them very confident heading late. They both had some late games already in this tournament. And late game is when you get a little bit of time, The idea of the game becomes quite a bit clearer. You learn all kinds of new things every game of Dota that you play in terms of interactions and ways you can deal with a certain combination that is afflicting you.
BZM.
They're afflicting him with some spells.
This is the Basher reveal from Laurel. Do they have a way to break it? Yes, they do. So BZM finally going to be punished as Laurel picks up that key item.
I got a bear. I got a Basher. We're going to have a hard time BKB TPing out of this one.
Oh, yeah. So that is the type of kill that Team Spirit need to feel confident moving forward here. And it looks like they're going to try and pressure this bottom
Collapse.
tower.
Collapse has moved the banner into his inventory.
Okay.
We are getting aggressive.
Let's do it.
We're moving in. High ground is on the menu.
Well, we'll see if they decide to make this move. Again, 60 seconds with no buyback. Yeah, they're cutting waves, it looks like, or wanting to at least. But they're going to need to deal with this one. Banner down. Buildings open. 33. What can you do to try and stop this bear? Throw out a boomerang. They are smoked behind. So, yeah, Iron Wing need to find a way to get to the real heroes because Yaro is just going to take an entire set of racks.
One range creep.
Yeah.
Gloriously attacking.
And they get it. And honestly, I mean, Iron Wing left. They need to address this.
Well, they can't do anything here.
Yaro is going to keep hitting these buildings. Pure is not in the base right now. And I'm not sure what exactly it is that they're waiting for or think is going to change.
We give up the tier 2s, we give up the tier 3s.
All right, Invoker,
We give up the tier 3s? We give up the tier 3. What? We give up 2 tier 3s? I don't know. They don't have to consider it at the very least. The lane was very far pushed out.
Yeah.
So they will go back, regroup, and I'm sure they have some lovely items to add to their inventories right now.
Right. That's fair. Yeah. I mean, and I guess as Invoker was respawning, Team Spirit were not going to fully commit to it. So just get some good damage onto that building, then head out of there. Butterfly done for Kez.
Okay, that's big.
I feel like Pure really has not been able to do a ton of damage this game. It's been rough for him.
Yeah, he feels like he spends most of his fights just running away, and that has made it rather difficult. Yeah, that level 25 Lone Druid with the Demolish and with a Butterfly, he does not have an MKB. That's pretty much the only thing he doesn't have.
Yeah, that number is not where you want to see your Kez at this point in the game, especially compared to the Lone Druid.
That appeared to be the lowest number.
There's Tusk in there, you know.
Oh, I meant on his team. But
oh,
yes,
yeah.
true.
40
Thank you for finding the hope that they have.
Yes.
He is out damaging the enemy Tusk.
I mean, if you consider the damage amp that he's given to Wind Ranger, it's, you know, maybe. All right, the bear. The bear hungers. Ari, get out of there, buddy. And Pure are going to get some separation and immediately TPs out also on the Invoker. Yeah, Iron Wing definitely just trying to delay this game as much as possible. You can Team Spirit getting those items to shut down that split push.
And they instantly smoke up and say they're going to move up into this top lane as well. So they want to get full control of this area. Just keep seeing the drawing on the map here.
Yep.
First it was from Not Me. Now it's from Ari saying, hey, they're all going to be in here because they want to control the area between the 2 tier 3s that they're pushing. So it makes sense.
Coming from Iron Wing as well, though. Are they going to try and go on this bear? If they do, there's going to be a lot of heroes to join them very soon. Backs away for the moment. Oh, it's a little sketchy here. Iron Wing still kind of thinking about the idea of going in. Dire scanning, not hitting onto anybody. But into the pit, Not Me will go. Now this is going to roar.
Yeah, he's forcing out the roar himself, which is very interesting. But unfortunately, he's not able to get it.
MKB achieved now as well by the Lone Druid. So the Kez had a couple sparse minutes of having Butterfly ready for himself, and now it's not even going to matter.
Yeah, that's tough. Doesn't really help him out very much versus the other matchups either, unfortunately. This is also the big Roche. Third Roche, it drops this lovely thing called the banner.
I love
some cheese and a refresher shard. So
very nice.
That will be a great way for Iron Wing to get back in the fight, because if you had those items sitting on the high ground, even with a Lone Druid, that can be a tough one to push into just because it is an Invoker.
Yes.
The guy already has a lot of spells. If he gets to throw them all out twice, it can be quite a hurdle to hurdle over.
Sunstrike sees that Roche is up. And you can see the Conjurer's Catalyst. All right, so Bezium.
The what?
He's 25. He's got Conjurer's Catalyst. If there was ever going to be a hero that could pull you back from the brink, it would be this Invoker.
BZM on his Invoker. Has a Linken's as well to try and stay alive. Has to, infest fairly defensively in this one, unfortunately.
And again, for anybody that's not aware, it's as you deal damage, it continues to deal amped damage in an AoE around the target. So it really just amplifies everything. If Team Spirit
It's kind of just good on everyone, but it's really good on Invoker.
Sunstrike looking for the snipe there, can't quite get it.
Oh, very close right now on Iron Wing.
They are. Do they want to go? Ari could think about a bushwhack when they're walking up high ground.
What does he do, though? Does he just like force a BKB and try and get back? Is that what he's thinking? Because he does not have a team for a fight right now.
No, it's looking a little bit dubious there. Invoker is going to go hunt the bear again. EZM finds it. Yadro gets hit on the bear. They bring in some more. Tries to get away. EMP out. Oh, it's so annoying. God. Lone Druid, man.
I mean, little known fact, they can surf, as you can tell by him going so fast.
Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Oh, but the snowball save is there. Now Pure is in pretty deep. Looks for the punch, saving Laurel. Sunstrike does manage to connect. EZM on target. Not Me now also found. Team Spirit, are they in a little bit too far?
Where are the saves?
Drop the Doom onto the Wind Ranger. They find themselves one. It's Whitemon gone. Pure trying to get out of there. They nullify the amp damage. Collapse continues the chase. They have anything else left in the tank? It's a trade of 1-for-1 with a lot of BKBs used, and now BZM, he might be just ready to play.
I think it's time to find something here.
They're thinking about it. Tornado left up onto Yadro. He waits and saves his BKB, though, so they can't go in. Broken now, Sunstrike out, not going to connect onto Rue. BZM runs back forward, finds Collapse. Big Meteors down. Go! Look at that damage! BZM with the double kill takes them both out. They're buying back to try and get back into this one. There's no way that can be good, as Not Me in trouble. Found Sunstrike, that one's off the mark. But the hits coming out from BZM. Oh my God, the damage is gonna be nuts.
Yeah, Pure, you had to tip him, because Pure just got insta-dead.
Oh.
Like, he went back into that fight, he got blown up in 3 seconds flat. But it set it up, right? It gave the space for BZM to cast all those spells, and yeah, this is exactly what they have been waiting for from their key player on the Invoker. Yeah, he just died.
I mean, look, there's an issue that's coming out here if they're not careful. BZM, if they can bait out the BKBs, the BZM feels like they carry this.
Instantly back down, though.
Brings him down to about half HP, but then gets out. Oh, man. All right, we got a good game. We got a good game. 5K gold lead at 46 minutes means we're going to see some wild stuff here. This is what you want on the TI main stage. Day one, game one.
I mean, the Tornado, if you guys keep seeing the Tornado keeps hitting on the bear and he just immediately comes back down, it's because when you have the Shroud and the Lone Druid, you can just use your Roar, and then that brings him down, instantly dispels him. So that's why they're instantly trying to follow up, assuming he's instantly going to do it every single time. So they're playing a little mini game here. And yeah, that Refresher Shroud that we talked about, it is being held on Yadro right now. So if you thought 2 bears were bad, what's about 3 bears?
Right. I mean, you're not wrong. I feel like so much of this game is going to be, can they catch and kill BZM on Team Spirit? And then likewise for Iron Wing, can they bait out those BKBs? But we are getting into the area where it could start to look a little bit sketchy. Also, since they've taken the tier 2 tower in that mid lane, Iron Wing do have some potential and chances to try and turn this around. And, you know, make a quick run down mid.
Yeah, maybe get themselves the outpost too at some point. Bushwhack hits on the bear. BKB is up though. If they could force it, that would be great. But once again, the Roar comes out. He'll back himself away.
And a Scythe done for Ari. So more ways to control these heroes.
One big, relatively recent buff to the Pangolier is that we can no longer refresh BKBs. You know, much heralded change across Dota 2. Pangolier, obviously, someone who struggles a lot versus BKBs, especially because in the late game, people would often go for refresher BKBs versus this hero all the time, because you just become immune to his constant rolling and stunning about here. But with his own refresher shard sitting on the Pangolier now, and building into a refresher, he's going to have some ridiculous rolling thunders that after the first BKB, there's just nothing you can do.
Right, and you know, there is going to be that issue of, for Iron Wing, there's a lot of like little poke that can force that out. You know, you've got the bear coming in, obviously, as the Tormentor moves in. They're going to get it.
They're going to instantly TP back home because the side of Team Spirit is approaching with a creep wave mid.
Tornado's super annoying to deal with. Yadro pops the BKB, just starts hitting the building. All right, we don't want to fight anymore. We're going to start taking buildings there. Brings it almost all the way down. That's a problem. That's not good for you, Ironwing.
Okay, but mentally, you know.
Yeah.
Mentally, you're like, look what they have to do to match us.
They're afraid.
They're so scared. They're BKBing the bear and just trying to take our buildings, guys. We got them on the ropes right now. They can't grow this lead.
I mean, it
has stalled out.
It does depend on mentality a lot. You know, how are these teams going to handle the pressure of TI main stage? You see a bear just run in and take a full set of racks, or just about. How do they respond to that? Are they going to feel like, oh, we have to fight now and then take a bad fight? What's going to be the mentality shift? Is there going to be one?
Well, now his own MKB picked up here on Pure to match the butterfly that's on the lone druid, so now we can just shake hands and agree to sell both of those items and buy cooler stuff.
Yes. Okay, I like that.
So you watch Yadro one-tap a Mud Golem.
Oh yeah, the breakout of the Silver Edge. That's funny.
Aghanim Scepter. Now on the Invoker and ready to be blessed.
It's just a little bit more. The creep wave is going to die here in the mid. The Conjurer's Catalyst. And do they find him when he heads out? Thinking about it. Steps forward. Team Spirit. Real close to a couple of heroes here. They're going to break it. Laurel steps in. They don't quite connect onto 33.
All right, the bear's coming. They know.
And onto Whitemon. He's just going to hit the buildings. Do they have any way to do this? Or he's going to hit Kez, force out some reactions? Ulti, half HP already there. The Doom connects onto two separate heroes. Cannot get in with the save. They do manage to
bear down.
So Tusk now in trouble. Collapse walking in. He's going to back away. And now the Pango is gone. Laurel in trouble. Another one dead.
This
Ironwing,
is a one-bear fight.
Yeah, they're taking this fight perfectly. Collapse now also wanting to do something, but it's a TP away from 33. Understood the assignment, gets out before there's trouble, and suddenly this lead is cut down to nothing.
It's bad. It's real bad.
Oh, man.
It was a one-bear fight. They miss out on getting the kill onto the racks. Right?
Yeah.
And then in the back line, they managed to catch onto the Pangolier. The scythe is there from Ahri. They don't use the cheese. They don't use the refresher shard. It wasn't their full power from Team Spirit. They can think of it like that. But if they were hoping to just steal away a Rax and maybe lose a couple heroes, that ain't happening. They were ready to defend on the side of Ironwing.
I mean, it's a bold play, and you can start to lose out a little bit more. Definitely, as we can see this replay here.
I mean, that's a full HP bear. Look at him go to work on this thing.
Oh, yeah.
Through the BKB, this stinks of desperation, Lyrical. That's what you say is Ironwing.
I think honestly, you're definitely not wrong. When the team stops wanting to fight, it does raise some questions. What's happening? What's going on here? And now they find EZM, though. This is the perfect fight if they can do it. No, the bear is dead, though. Broken and getting out of there, not me. Not able to connect. The Tornado barely manages to find him. And now this Wind Ranger, another death. And Ironwing, for the first time in this game, are going to take the gold advantage.
Say the line, Lyrical.
I don't know.
Say the line.
I don't know.
What's your voice line? Say it, Lyrical.
Oh, you're welcome to the late game.
Welcome to the late game. It's Ironwing's late game. They have got the Ags on the Doom. They have the Ags on the Invoker. They have waited for this. All right? They got some big heroes. All right, they have analyzed the situation. You know, 3-3, he plugged it into the computer in his brain. It actually prints out a big paper thing, just like the old PCs. And he's like, we need the Aghanim Scepter on the Doom. That will solve our problems. BCM, synth your Aghanims. Get the Sunstrikes. The Cataclysm will bring us victory. And here they are.
This is very scary territory. They have delayed this game as long as they needed to, and 52 minutes in. What are Ironwing going to decide to do now? Are they going to try and take the aggressive front foot forward? Now, Wind Ranger is dead for 50 more seconds. Buyback status, there's a couple heroes on Radiant that don't have it. Collapse has been playing without buyback for a while now. Obviously does have the Ceaseless Dirge ready to go. But Team Spirit, it feels like they need another mentality moving forward of how to deal with it. The Aghanim Scepter on the Doom is clutch.
Yep. The problem is they still only need one because of the bear.
Yeah.
That is a big fear that you still have to hold in your hearts as Iron.
And look at this! They're right onto him right away! Pure getting hit. He's brought somewhat low, but they jump in with the Doom. It's not going to matter. That's Aegis down one time.
All right, bear down.
33. Does he decide to go anymore? Shards keeping 33 out of the fight. He can't blink in. Instead uses the force staff forward. And now they find that second Doom, but now they're a bit too far. The refresher out from the Pango. Oh, that's the turn that they needed to get the control. Pure in trouble. 33 in trouble. Iron Wing. What else do you have left on the tank? BZM, you're going to need every little bit.
He's out on Pure. He escapes.
Gets away for the moment, but still the chase is there. Laurel finds him, cuts him down.
His last bear out here on Yadro after the refresher.
And the slowdown onto BZM. He got him with the overwhelming blink. Can BZM manage to get some separation? Does it look like he's going to be able to escape? But this lead, it's not insurmountable. Iron Wing have to be careful. They don't have buyback on their Kez.
That is a little scary. I mean, there is no Roche to deal with right now, obviously. So that is a bit of an issue. They can't just grab that and go high ground with it.
They want to try and force some buybacks out here and see what's happening on Spirit.
The Bear's back in 50 seconds. They can definitely go for a push here as Team Spirit.
See if that is indeed what they want to do.
What is your one? What's your pick, though? You know, how do you get this kill as Team Spirit?
I mean, I don't know. Yadro steps up. They have the banner down. They haven't placed it yet, but they have it on the Tusk if they want to use it.
Like, is it a blink shackle from Nami? Can he find? Oh, the roll. They're going in.
The roll onto BZM.
I force them back and just kill the buildings.
That's right. Focusing the buildings where they can. The bear takes down one.
They didn't get the BKB, though. There was no panic from BZM. They're going to hold it.
And the Hex is already out from Ahri. The bear down to about 3/4 HP, saved by Collapse. The Wheel of Wonder already used. Can come out of it in a moment. Shackle not going to latch, but messing a little bit with BZM. And now the BKB, Yadro hitting.
Interesting.
They don't have the Kez for another little while here. Yadro hits, destroys, and now is going to look to take down the range tracks as well. Can't quite get it, but substantial damage dealt to Iron Wing's base.
Ang ginagawa si Pure, nakakainis.
Talk to me, Trent. What are you seeing?
I mean, can't quite get the range racks, right? So they get forced back. They're happy to sack that bear. I think that's okay in this moment. Just fine with that for now. Team Spirit, you just say that, you know, that was good. Like, we got those kills near our base. Killed the Pure on the Kez. We move in. We get, we essentially get a win condition, right? We got the tier 3. Now we're just looking for Megas. That is the play here. They get both Shrines again. A late game snag here for the 56-minuter. That's really nice for Team Spirit. But look what's happened on the net worth chart, right? Like, it is the Lone Druid. It's 3 Dire Heroes.
Yeah.
And Kez finally getting over top of the Undying and the Pangolier, which he's been behind pretty much the entire game. Pure has struggled to keep up. It is, as you would hope for, pretty much dead even heading into 60 minutes in terms of who's got this one. A Scouting Cataclysm erupts here out of Iron Wing. They have a Refresher Shard sitting on the Doom. That could be just the one tap you need. Imagine if he dooms the Pango. Like, that could be something that really catches them off guard here.
Look at this, though. So the bear also in mid, while this smoke is happening, is wrapping around to go towards the racks.
Yeah, because the creeps hit bottom.
Yeah, so he's going to go for it. The Doom shows up there for just a moment, but they're immediately going to go in for it. And with
Not
the
like
BKB used without even a fight, do they quite have enough? No. 190 HP left on that melee rack. But this is the problem. They're going to get Megas.
Yeah, and the Bear's back in 15 seconds. They're going to have to find a better solution than this. Not me. What are you doing? What are you doing, Nami? What are you doing?
Nami, he's going for it. Oh, why not? The big man up on his first game on the international main stage. The support player comes in and gets the job. A little smile for the job done.
Sneaky, sneaky. Oh, that's a painful one to give up here as Iron Wing. Now the pressure's really on.
I wonder if they're going to try and make a move while Wind Ranger's dead. I don't know. It's just, I think that they've just got to keep holding out now. Man, a sick play. First time at TI. You love to see it. Not me. He's having a hell of a tournament.
I mean, there was a question, right? He is the only player on this stage who this is their first TI, by the way. Not that you can tell after a move like that.
They see the bear for a moment. Ahri hunting, not quite able to get him. And so it looks like they are going to probably get to 60-minute items now. Iron Wing. Hunting, finds the bear, jumps in. They've got the Ags already down. Laurel finding Kez. Keeping him under control.
They're so cautious about their BKBs. They don't want to pop them.
Can do so much damage if they're found by it. Collapse, blinks forward. Shiva's guard out. The slow is there. Yadro sending in the bear. The Doom is down. He has Refresher Charge if he needs to use it. BKB is finally popped. The stun, the bash in the midst of it. He still has Refresher on Doom if he wants to go for it. Laurel taking a ton right there from him. And look at this Ken.
Oh, the snowball.
Ripping him to shred. The snowball save is going to be there. He gets the blink out on Laurel. Rue, though, now is in a bit too far as well. The BKB out. Iron Wing surging forward, now finding another kill. They're TP'ing in with a couple of heroes as the Tusk is going to be found.
The Doom is there.
Right on top of him. That's not where he wanted to be, and now the power shot, the slowdown is there. Oh, has to blink away. Good decision, but they move forward onto the bear. Saved by the Tombstone.
Now back out.
Can't quite do the damage. The zombies are chasing. They're running after him. Yanro moving in. Sunstrike. It's on to this Wind Ranger who finally gave out. No! The shackle and latches. They break it and now got him caught. Not me. They thought that they had him for the finish, but now BZM isn't too far. And with Collapse running in, with Yanro there, they find the bash. They get their man. 3 dead Iron Wing. They have buybacks and they're going to need them.
They got creeps coming up the mid lane. I mean, it's mega creeps. They got creeps everywhere. Ahri hits a 2-hero pushback. Can he get out of this?
They're chasing, nullify, control, couple more hits. Ahri in trouble and Ahri dead. They have buybacks again on everybody at this point in the game.
It's been used by the Invoker, used by the Doom. They're moving out of the base.
Keep in mind, they do not have BKBs right now on Team Spirit, so this could be a big window for them if they can find the right fight. Laurel ulti out. He's trying to buy a little bit of time for his bear to get out of there. And Laurel going to retreat. It looks like, well, they find the bear. Okay, not bad. They're going to find it. And that actually is going to be no bear for 30 more seconds if they can kill this one. So Yadro loses another one.
Man, the creeps, though.
Yes, they need to deal with this.
They got some issues happening back at the base.
60-minute items. We're up, we're ready, we're bobbling for Collapse. What did he actually end up even taking there? He went, it's the movement, speed, and evasion, and the mana. But yeah, first time getting a Wind Ranger Hex online in this tournament. Iron Wing playing forward on the map, managed to kill off a courier, which had fairy fires on it at 61 minutes.
You know, sometimes you need a little bit of help.
Still has one more in inventory. Love to see that. Okay.
The big late game items that start coming out. We see stacking of Aeon discs, trying to add an additional layer of save. Save is something they don't have on Iron Wing. You know, they have the Ringmaster box. It should be fair. He doesn't have the Agnum Scepter yet for the second one. That is their one big save that they're working with. But if you can add an Aeon disc, having an additional layer helps a lot.
Right. We also get the Minotaur Horn for the Pango.
That's good.
Collapse. Jumps up high ground, finds his man. Ahri died just a little bit ago, and with the Meteor Hammer out, but look at Yadro. His eyes are on the buildings. He's starting to hit the tier 4 towers. This could be that it's actually a good fight for Iron Wing, though. But if they lose their base, maybe it doesn't matter. They're trying to TP back now. They realize they can't do it. Oh, no! The Pango's rolling. They don't have the TPs that they need. Through backdoor protection. He's ending the game. Yadro's had enough. The Hex is there, but there's no regenning at this point. As the bear gets bushwhacked, he's going to try and end this game. Team Spirit have had enough.
Well, is that what you would like to start a game on the TI stage? I think we can all agree yes.
What a performance from Team Spirit. They come in, get several kills before the horn, and manage to come away with that victory. Not me with a clutch performance in 33.
That one hurts.
What could have been?
I mean, you could feel it. They were making the comeback, but that late game potential of the bear, it's so interesting. It's like the early game of the bear went so much better than usual. Then this struggling mid game, but the late game tactics of the bear were too much.
Unbelievable performance. Team Spirit take the first game on the main stage.
Oh my gosh, what a treat. That was only our first game of the main stage. It was over 60 minutes. It was a backdoor lone druid bear just one little bear against the world, and he made it happen. What a fantastic way to start this series, Saber.
This was incredible. I hope that every single TI game is as good as this one. I feel like both teams have played absolutely insane. Spirit obviously with their lead, but also Iron Wing with being able to play the game despite the horrible start. I don't know how, but 33, he came back from such a bad lane. He was so farmed. And then, I don't know, this ending was just pure cinema.
It was. I think it could have been either team's win, Ray, until the very end.
It could have been. I was so impressed by Iron Wings and how they held this game out. I mean, you can see the way they're playing the map is so beautiful with how they're, stacking their triangle up, so much to try and bring back that net worth deficit. I mean, the net worth stayed very, very close.
Backdoor lang ng ganon.
The way they were placing their wards on the map as well was so defensive. They had wards at all of the entrances to their jungles. They had it in the mid lane. They were covering everything to try and feed as little as they could. I think they punished everything perfectly. They held this one out. Even like Spirit played fantastic, of course, but Iron Wings have to be commended for how well they did in such a situation.
I mean, this game is a really good example of why laning phase just doesn't really feel like it mattered as much, Like the early game, Iron Wing just lost their lanes, they lost the 7-minute Wisdom Shrines, but it just didn't really feel like it was a huge deal. They were still able to farm because there's just so much camps on the maps to farm. They slowly played, they were really patient, and they found the right openings, and they were able to really slowly, allow this Doom with the Midas as well come back into the game.
And I also think it's 33 choice of neutral, and maybe we will have more to talk about that. But he can just farm waves and stacks with this Ogre Smash. It's very smart from him.
And it did so much. And at this point already, we're like, okay, Iron Wing, they waited it out long enough, and now they are the team that takes the lead. But I think later on, obviously, Iron Wing did a great job at being in this position to begin with, but this is when...
Grabe, Gayman. Palang intense na kaya ako. Tangin na. Ayop, nakakagulat.
I think a couple of fights...
Pahan kasi nasimula nung
because they were chasing beyond the
Tundra.
role. So they were able to identify the situation, which is if
nagkaroon sila ng napakalaking throw dun sa bottom boundary ron.
You could see in the later fights they were able to understand that they were only playing with the
Pero
role,
nakabawi.
kill and then we back off and we
Pero kung hindi ganun yung simula ng Tundra, hindi naman sila aabot sa ganyan. Tangina, talagang napakadaya kasi ng neutral item nito. Audacious na Stygian Desolator.
Every single team would be able to figure that solution quickly.
Wala talagang makakatipi. Tangina.
You already mentioned at the very start of the day, this Tusk, speaking of roles, he had some brilliant ones as well.
Yeah, in the early game, you could see like the power of the Tusk. So I'm sure we're going to see some clips later on. But the hero gave Team Spirit the lead they were able to accrue in the early game because Tusk is a hero that could do so much in the early game. He's the only hero that was able to gank the mid lane at 4 minutes. He killed BZM. He was able to just snowball the game. They were able to take the 7-minute Wisdom Shrines, and that set up Team Spirit in a very good position in the first 10 minutes.
18-0-9 on Yatoro in a 63-ish minute
You say
game.
that like it's impressive. It's Lone Druid. He was across the universe in a little
Wait,
camp
he had
somewhere.
0 deaths?
Yeah.
I think that's impressive because he was hunted. He was hunted at times.
I will say it was
never
nice to
successfully
see the
done.
way he swung across the map because like usually sometimes you see the Lone Druids play just in those like 2 camps on the side of the map and then it becomes a bit predictable, but I think he also still moved with his team as they moved on the map. So he always had that layer between him.
Yeah, very well played. I think
Maybe
if you want to contest him being the MVP, which
Wala
I don't
kasing
think a lot of
ewan
people
ko.
would,
Wala talagang
maybe
impact si Pure.
Collapse would be a close
May
second.
ibang
He
kaya
played
nitong
fantastic on
Tundra.
Yeah, the Undying. You can't go wrong. I'm so happy that we finally had offlane Undying.
Wala.
And he cooked. He was so good. He was left
33 lang
alone
bubo
by
tsaka si BCM.
because they played with Yatoro and he just
Yung mga walang kwentang carry ngayon sa mga pro team yan.
and
Si
I also love his build.
Pure,
I'll talk about it a bit more later. He's so
si
smart.
Skitter,
and so good
yung
at
mga
the
walang
game.
impact.
It was a fantastic showing of Team Spirit and Iron Wing, to be fair. A lot of people might be talking at the start of this game about how that would impact the rest of the game that played out. Because the start of the game, Team Spirit had a fantastic momentum going. And to learn more about that, we're heading over to Purge.
Thank you, Shiva. Yes, that early game moment was super, super impactful for how the game went for Lone Druid. Check this out. Before they even got across the map, Team Spirit instantly moved to this spot to put a ward. They hoped or anticipated that Iron Wing would use the gate to come through to get aggressive, and they spotted
Doon
the
pala
enemy
sila
smoke.
na-check
That's
ang
what led to that early fight as they crossed the
demonyo.
map. They posted up on this cliff. They didn't show up there. So what they did instead is they sent the bear around the left side to break the smoke. That told them that their opponents were still here. And this allowed them to get ready. And they did this little juke move with Tusk going like this to say, oh no, it's just me by myself. Nope, surprise. It's actually a trap for you instead. So they kill 3 heroes, only losing 1, which gets them off to an amazing start here. An instant Band of Elven skin here for the Lone Druid, which is getting him 6 damage and 6 attack speed. And check this out, this part was really cool as well. The camps are about to spawn, and for support, it's super important that the Radiant blocks this camp and the Dire blocks this camp. So there's usually a little support battle that goes on here.
Yun
But
lang.
Rue is going to
Mache-check.
end up blocking the camp and instantly ditching to go
Mache-check.
start a gank here or a kill on the Doom, which they're successful with. So they basically get off to a great start here. They kill Hoodwink shortly after this, and it just continues. 2 minutes into this game, he's got power treads. He's got 35 attack speed and movement speed
Ano,
advantage over
Lilin,
his
tangina,
opponent.
2 minutes
And
straight
a
yung
short
katak.
moment later, 4 minutes, Doom is just zoned from the lane. He can't be here anymore because of how amazing this early game went for the Lone Druid. He even does this creep cutting thing here where he thinks, there's no way my opponents will come here. It's so far out of their way. They teleport both heroes because they don't want him to get any farm on this map at all, and they run him down and they kill him. Very, very tough early game for 3-3. They even try to kill Lone Druid here a bit with the Wisdom Shrine spawn, but they win this fight as well. So take a look at this net worth advantage here. Heroes are supposed to be about the same. Look at this giant advantage that Yatoro had. He had basically the best early game Lone Druid performance of the whole tournament, and this really carried them throughout the game.
Thank you very much, Purse. That is insane to see. And I love that little ward. You talked about the wards already. That little ward at the very start of the game, Ray, I can only imagine that comes from them having studied Iron Wing. It's like, hey, sometimes they do this.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen lots of silly
Yun
little
ang
plays from different
nagpanalo
teams
yung
where,
ward
like,
ni
you know, sometimes they
Rue.
wrap so far around, they're like behind the
Na-check.
blood, and then like that was a really nice play to call out and keep a watchful with the ward. So yeah, I think this is just goes to show the amount of prep. This is the gap as well that we've seen between the group stage and now the main stage is like this kind of thing, this kind of edge. It gets you.
It does, and it leads to big advantages in favor of Team Spirit. Now, we had a couple of fights after that were very Spirit favored. No surprise there with the Lone Druid being so far ahead with Yatoro there. Winter, you have one you'd want to highlight with that a little bit later on in the game, minute 16.
Yeah, so it was like when I think it was Iron Wing trying to attack the safe lane tower of Team Spirit. They got the tower, but they couldn't really escape. You know, they lost I think a couple of heroes. Team Spirit smoke from the river. They were able to kill I think 3 heroes. I think this is the start of the game where I felt like why I favored Team Spirit, because their heroes are much stronger in the pre-20 minutes fights. Like it's very difficult to run into the roll and the tombstone. You're not going to be able to take those fights. So as Iron Wing, you can only just run, you know, every time you see the enemy coming in, and that's why I didn't really like their overall setup. I felt it was really greedy. They did a good job like holding the game together, but I feel like they don't really have a lot of say in the game for the first 20-25 minutes. They could only respawn. They did a good job, but I don't really like playing Dota like this.
I don't think anybody likes playing Dota against the Lone Druid either. So I think maybe that one might be addressed, because I think maybe that would make their game, Iron Wing's game, a lot easier next time around. It is a hero that normally gets removed. And I think, Rhea, you have another one where the bear is the focal point.
Well, this was the nice thing. I wanted to highlight how Iron Wings were trying to play around it, because there was a moment when Yatoro sends his bear top lane, as you can see here, to try and push this in. He goes a little bit too far, and whilst the bear lives here and gets away, which is a criminal, by the way, the fact of the matter is the bear is now low. And after this moment, after it gets away, after it TPs away, it is too low to join a fight, right? And now mid lane, Iron Wings are going to take this fight engagement instead. And this is now so good for them because there is no bear here to follow up on what Team Spirit can have, right? They get the Aegis, which is, you know, their massive power spike now removed. They're going to go in, they're going to use their role.
Kaya pala dinom.
There's no bear. And as a result
May
of them
Lotus.
taking such a smart fight and not losing heroes, you know, they lose the Ringmaster, right? But they're going to peel off, they're going to move back, they're trying to get out. And then now they're going to choose to take a second engagement afterwards and now re-go back in now that they know there's no role. The bear's here, but it doesn't matter because now Iron Wings can come in. BZM's gonna do so much damage with his Invoker. Like, look at this combo. It kills the Pango and the Bear, gets those kills, gives them an advantage. And this all happened because Yatoro over-pushed with his Bear and because Iron Wings were able to split their heroes appropriately to deal with that push and then take advantage of it on the mid lane.
Yeah, it's crazy to watch this back. I think, Saber, when you see Yatoro play a game like this, and there were a lot of Bear shenanigans in this one, was that needed? Because he was backstabbing and taking those buildings a lot, and a lot of people would say, like, just go for an honest, even fight.
And that's the beauty of Lone Druid. You can feed your bears. It doesn't even matter. Obviously, if the enemies fight you right after, it's a little bit of a problem. But since you're not playing a real hero, but you're playing this bozo hero of Lone Druid, where your real hero is the bear, and if it dies, it's fine. You just resummon it. It is not fun. Yeah.
Refresher to resummon it again.
Yes, and he got Octarine as well later on. So that's even more bears. As if you
pick Wraith King when you have Lone Druid.
Exactly.
That's true. Let's focus our attention on the offlanes here, Saber, because these two definitely were also shining stars for both their teams.
I wanted to point out how amazing both of these guys itemized. You could see on the Doom, he bought the Shiva, he had Axe or the Ethan, and the Octarine. So he just blinks in, he has a massive Doom around him. It sadly didn't help, but this hero late game is an absolute menace once he gets to this point. And on the other side, we have the Undying, which I really love his build. He went Face Boots into Octarine first item. You don't see that very often, but it just helps you farm. It reduces the cooldown on your innate, which is the free respawn. So it goes from 6 minutes to 5 minutes, and that's good. And then, yeah, he just becomes really tanky. He got his strength blink. He has the bigger AoE from Shiva as well. So he's just decaying left and right. He's farming super fast. This is how you play offlane, ladies and gentlemen.
And this was, as far as Undying goes,
Kontra sa Bear,
that
Tinker
was
at Draw
the
Ranger.
overall first pick coming out. Do you think
know.
that this will be something that will be run back? Because
Nakabala
this
na
was
kayo si
a flex pick,
33
but now
kahit
perhaps it's
nabawag
really
sa lane,
very
sayang.
capable of playing it on the offlane.
Malungkot tuloy
I
si
sure
Void
hope
Moon.
so. And I feel like these tournaments, they have a tendency of
Pero
like,
galing
once you see a hero work in a certain position, other people will copy it, and it gives everybody else confidence. Oh, I see this Undying, we can probably run it offlane. If Collapse can do it, I can also do it, is what all the other offlaners are saying. So I will expect more Undying picks, but also more Undyings that will turn to be offlane.
But in this series, I don't think 33 wants to play Undying. He's not a type of hero.
He's not an Undying player. I think he'll stick to his guns and hope for like a better early game than this game.
No Lone
Druid.
No,
yeah, hopefully.
Maybe that's is that indeed, Rhea, where you would take this? You would just say, well, ban the Lone Druid, go again.
Yeah, I think the Lone Druid was more of the problem. Or maybe just being more aware of like Tusk's ability to run you over. Because if you don't give it to him, it's not like he scales like that well into the late game. And I think, yeah, they just kind of gave away too much. Like, even then, it was more on the mid games. And like, you still have this... you can't just be reactive about like Undying. You can't just ban that because then you're giving something else away. It's hard, man. Drafting's hard.
Drafting is very difficult, which is why oftentimes the coach comes into play. He has a helicopter view, and he'll know exactly where to take things as the players are once again ready to take the stage for the second game of this best-of-3 series. Luckily for us and for everyone watching, neither of these teams will get eliminated, as this is still the upper bracket. The first matchup these two teams are playing on the main stage, and the first series that Not Me is playing on any TI stage to begin with. And I think that he crushed it. I want to take a second to applaud his... I want to take a second to applaud Not Me's Wind Ranger, where the barracks were super low already. The bear had already died, so he couldn't finish it. We know it's Not Me's first time in the booths, in the international booths. And we talked about it. We don't think the pressure would get to him. We think he'll be fine with it. But I think we saw it in action there, Winter, being able to just go for that play, go for that barracks. He gave his life for it, gets the mega creeps. That's when you know that nerves are not an issue.
Yeah, that's exactly what you would do in a pub. You see the wreck and you just go die for it. And that's great, seeing that from him. He's playing like he's in a pub, he's relaxed. And that's great for a young player.
Ano na nga
And I
effect
do want to go
ng
back to what Alex mentioned about like the support duo. I do feel like the Tusk could be something that's really important. I do think that it's good on both sides where it allows them to play their game either on Ari or on Rule on his Tusk. And I think this is going to be a very key hero. It's not a very imbalanced or like OP hero, but I think in this particular series, comparing how both the teams are playing,
dapat
it could
no
be a very critical hero.
longer
It could for sure, as we are seeing if BZM can have maybe also more impact. He had a good Invoker, don't get me wrong. But if we compare the Invoker and Undying, those were the first two picks for both teams respectively. Overall, first pick Invoker does not leave Rhea any room for flexibility. And that might be a handicap in this one.
Potentially, but also it is sacrificial in a nice way. You're like saying, you're stating this is the hero I'm going to play. This is, I can do stuff with it, right? And you give more to your teammates. So really, we should be blaming everyone else because they got the later picks.
Yeah.
And they didn't win with it. So,
No, I feel like he cooked. Like BZM Invoker is something else. I think that he is the only reason why they were able to stay in this game for so long. Honestly, this Ghost Walk in dealing damage is a little bit busted. He's just pushing every single wave. In the fight that we saw when he threw the triple meatball, that is also not okay. How does it deal so much damage? When you get your Chasm Stone or Shiva, your AoE on all your spells becomes bigger. However, it doesn't actually become bigger in reality. So you don't see how big the meteor is. You're just getting meteored and cooked from inside, and you don't even know where it's coming from.
We'll have to see if he gets his hands on that again then. As we are very soon ready to get game number 2 underway. I think game 1, both teams, they're not going to be too sad about how things went. Team Spirit took it in the end, but Iron Wing fought valiantly, and they almost made it happen. Let's see what happens in the next one.
Iron Wing versus Team Spirit. Game
Para
2.
toto lang ng ganun, nakakatamad yun.
The drafting time, and we get to see what changes the teams have talked about in the break and what changes the coaches feel like is necessary going into this next game. As we are having Iron Wing on the Radiant side, Team Spirit on the Dire side, so that swapped around. We also swapped our pick order, meaning it is Iron Wing with first pick and Team Spirit with overall last pick. Heroes to look out for on the bans are the Lone Druid from the previous game and still the Earth Spirit as well, as we will keep talking about that as long as it's not banned, because that is still a menace. Other than that though, curious if that Undying gets addressed, but it's Iron Wing's first pick, so they get to dictate how it will go down. Earth Spirit still banned out. Ember Spirit actually still in, even though we see it banned out in the first phase of the previous game.
we might see Spirit choose to ban the Undying here if they feel like Iron Wing will cause a problem with it. But I honestly wouldn't be against an Invoker first pick again. I mean, they can take Centaur because they've really favored that throughout the tournament, but the Invoker was really good. It actually did 86,000 damage last game. It did the most in the game.
All right.
And they already removed Slada, so it probably means that the idea is there, for Iron Wing. They want to open with the Invoker.
Okay, well, I guess that's what Spirit were tossing up. Sorry, BZM.
It's a good ban. I like it. You don't want to.
You
you don't want to give BZM his Invoker. You kind of want to force them to play something else.
Oh, look at our boy in the crowd.
Mira has been spotted. All right, Iron Wing with the overall first pick. So, do they want to steal that Undying? Does Team Spirit even... You know what? You're coming into this best of 3. Okay, they do want to steal the Undying. Because I was curious, like, do you even want to do the same plan 2 times in a row, or want to just completely change it to keep the enemy team on their toes?
I think you can just run it back, to be fair, especially when the hero is flexible. So they could easily just play it 5. But yeah, Iron Wing decided to take it. Whitemon does have a super strong Undying. I don't think they will play it offlane.
First win pala ng
I don't think you need to.
So in the group stages, I think I remember seeing Spirit utilize...
Sabi ni Bran, esports, di ba na nila na-notice yun? Anong na-notice? Yung words ba?
The only reason why you would pick
Di talaga nila mapansin kasi hindi naman nila kita yung obs eh.
If you know Undying is on your lane.
You want at least one range hero. Either it's the 4 that's just gonna keep hitting the Undying and keep you away from the offlaner, or you can just have the offlaner be
Wala
the
lang
range
naman
hero,
na ginagawa yun. So,
such
hindi na
as the
na-expect na
Prophet,
ma-check
who can
sila
heal
ng
herself
spirits.
with her Spirit Siphon. And we got the Lina. Very nice pick against Undying. It's very high range. You can kill the Tombstone. I am hoping it's gonna be carry, but they could play it mid as well. But I think that carry Lina is a little bit better answer to Undying, as you
Late na
don't
pala
really rely
nag-start.
on
Dapat
bursting
10:30
someone.
pala
You're
to.
just kind of dishing out tons and tons of damage.
I think another
Parang
important thing to
11 na
note,
nag-start
like
ng laro
last
na to.
game, we saw Team Spirit able to pick up
Alauna,
every
isang
single
oras na lang.
Roshan,
Eh, paano
like, kind
kung
of as soon
hindi
as it was
ma-2-0?
available for them.
Bumabak to.
And you can do that with Undying because you can place the
Tangin hanggang
tombstone
alas
like
10
on the
maglalaro
Roshan
yung
and it
mga
will hit
tao.
the tomb, and then it's just kind of free.
Tapos last game mo, Falcon
But
sa
when you do
hayop.
that multiple
Nakakatamad
times,
yun.
you get Roshan's banner. And I feel like last game we saw that it was really difficult for Iron Wings to be able to actually destroy that banner. Lina is a hero that now if Iron Wings would implement that, take Roshan's early and have that banner up, like Lina can help deal with that too.
Kita mo nito.
It's true.
Give
you
me some
can,
food.
Lina is good hero, like both with and against banner as well.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see if Centaur gets banned out. It is a very nice hero both against and with Lina. Against because you don't really want to hit him because of his retaliate, and with as he is able to like save her with his axe and also.
So you're saying they should just pick it right now, right away, as soon as they exit this ban phase for Team Spirit?
It is not as easy to play it against Undying, so I feel like Spirit might be a little bit more wary, and they might just pick like double sub here to address the Undying. But I think for Iron Wing they could easily just pick it after this ban and get their offlaner going. They already have a support.
Yeah. So probably it's better for them to just ban it. I don't know, not to worry about it since it counters Lina so much.
Yeah.
They're taking some time to think about what they should be banning at this point. The center surely will be part of the conversation. What other
this
topics
ban
do
is
they have?
super critical for the second pick side when you ban and you pick the next hero here. So usually you see teams take a lot of time at this phase. But they opted to go for the Kotal, so they're worried about this Kotal Undying lane.
Yeah, it's a strong
Nanganib
hero.
ang aking
You can
predictions,
stack games with it. As we saw from the first game, even though they were behind,
pa kasi
they
ako,
had a
goddammit.
massive stack in their triangle that they
Ano naman, mag-load?
farmed later on with the Doom and the Invoker. So you
Pati
kind
nga
of
yung Marco
avoid
kanina,
having
hindi
to
pa
deal with it
nagre-reflect.
if you're
Okay na,
not
wala kasi
against
na
Kotal.
internet.
And yeah, it's just a strong hero. Nice pairing for BZM if he's gonna play some Spirit.
Clockwork coming out. Looks like that will be our safe lane. That is a common
Yeah,
pairing.
this is probably gonna really discourage the Undying offlane. You don't want to be playing Undying offlane against Clock.
You do not. The mana burn is too annoying. Yeah, I think Spirit just decided to have a very solid safe lane to start off the draft. You want like something that protects the Lina. It doesn't necessarily address Centaur too much on Clockwork. They can easily pick that on Iron Wing, but perhaps they want to get a little bit more exotic with it. We'll see.
And another Hoodwink coming our way for Ari.
Yeah, I think he played very solid last game. There's no need to change it up too much. He had very solid performance on Hoodwink. You can't really go wrong with this hero, and it pairs really nicely with Undying. You have like a team fight guy, and then you have a pick-off guy that's just gonna, set up kills, and you have a stun.
That's an Ember Spirit coming out. I have a question. We have not got Lone Druid banned, and I know there is flex potential on the Lina. Is this anything we should be worried about for either team, to be honest?
So I'm not sure about how the matchup goes, Lina against Ember. I imagine it's okay for Ember, because you survive all the Lina spells with your Flame Guard. So that would mean that Spirit does not want to put Lina mid. They would need to put it carry. So they can't pick the Lone Druid. However, Pure can still easily do it. I'm not sure if he wants to play it against Lina, but it's not bad. Once you get to the Silver Edge and you manage to bring the bear on top of the Lina, she is in big trouble.
I imagine they have to like put the Lina on carry and just counter this Ember right now here.
Yeah.
Probably feels more suitable. I don't think there's any flex heroes remaining on the mid and the off lane. I guess if they wanted Pango, but Pango's not really that great against Ember.
Yeah, against Ember you have to decide to go one or two ways. One is you counterpick the Ember and you try to just demolish him in lane and that kind of enables you to play the game. Or the other, since Ember is such a strong mid laner, and teams usually play through him, you want a hero that doesn't do the same thing, because you will lose it. Like, okay, we got the Underlord. That's a nice counter pick to Ember. You have like your root.
Another hero that really counters Ember from the support is Willow. I feel like Willow is one of the crazy strong heroes against Ember, because you catch him in the root and the Terrorize, you can always kill him in the early game. It kind of works with Underlord and Clock too. They can set up for your Bramble.
It's a nice pairing with Clockwork for sure.
I do think they have a very nice, robust lineup on Spirit right now as well. With Iron Wings picks, I just see them now having a lot of kill threat on the map. I was honestly wondering if they might like to take the Dragon Knight, because we've seen it come up more and more prevalence in the group stage, and I really like it because A, it's like you have so many heroes like Spirits in the mid lane that it just provides you that extra bit of catch, but also it gives you a really nice way to just take the tower if they do want to rotate with runes, so you're not like as...
And on top of that, when you have Underlord off lane, you like your mid laner that has a stun, so that you can actually ulti. And if you have a mid laner which doesn't really initiate, it doesn't feel very good playing Underlord in a game like this. And I think Underlord is the type of off lane, maybe you can tell me if I'm wrong, whenever I see this here, I feel like you need a mid laner that pairs well with him. You can't just pick the Underlord for just wanting the Underlord and just pick another mid hero that doesn't really work with him.
Yeah, you're totally right. I think for both of the global offlaners, which is Underlord and Dawnbreaker, that want to connect globally with their ults, you want a mid laner that's a playmaker that's gonna like set up things on the map for you, and then you're just like farming, pushing out lanes, and then eventually you connect with the gate. And we got the Lifestealer counter pick. Very nice against Underlord.
Very tough lane.
Yeah. It could go both ways, to be fair, because you do have like 15-20 more damage on the Underlord than on the Lifestealer. So if you're really good at last hitting and you manage to outlast it pure, then it can go...
Is this the lane where you should get Aura early as Underlord?
I don't think so. I think you still keep the Firestorm. It's a very strong spell, and he's not gonna wanna rage every single Firestorm, so you can just secure your range or a range deny or like enemy range.
Ba't ganun yung model ng lifesteal? Puta, old model to.
With the Lifestealer. It just gets bad a little bit later on. Like, once he gets phase boots, a level 5,
model Lifestealer gagamit.
Will just go jungle, which is fine. I think this is fine matchup for both teams. Team Spirit at least have a hook shot, so that's one BKB piercing stun that they have against the Lifestealer. I don't think they're too sad or like too distraught about the Lifestealer pick.
It seems like Ironwing is keeping their options open, or rather Spirit's options open. They ban out the Morphling, so they remove another carry from the pool.
Yes, the Lifestealer counter.
Yeah.
And also against Undying, you steal the Tombstone. It's not fun. So that's a very good ban actually.
Yeah, what else is good against Lifestealer and Undying? Kind of feel like they need a mid hero for sure, right? I don't think they want to have the Lina as mid.
Yeah. I mean, he could play some Viper on Laurel. That's like a hero that absolutely smashes Ember Spirit. However, it's not really a playmaker. We'll see which way they decide to go, if they want to just dump.
So you're saying the choice they have here is whether they want to counter the lane or they want a hero that rounds up their whole line.
Yeah, exactly.
Or they could have a hero that does both, which kind of probably doesn't feel like there is one right now.
Oh, actually,
maybe Tiny could be at that. It makes plays, it's okay in the lane.
I do have the hero. It is Slark.
Good ban by 1W.
I thought that. I didn't like it.
You don't like
I'm gonna be a contrarian. When I watched that play out, Ember
Draw
was
Ranger na lang
basically even in
matitira.
net worth against the Slark.
Pero pangit ang DR sa laro na to. Ano kaya maganda?
Another carry banned by Ironwing. As well, they keep the flex potential open on the Lina. It does seem like on the other side we need an offlaner for Ironwing. Any thoughts on what that offlaner needs to be able to do? The Doom that 33 played in the previous game is still in the pool.
Or Medusa.
Do they want a Helm hero here? To run the Lina down? Like something that can, like some Lycan type hero?
You could do Lycan, yeah. It's good against Clockwork. However, I think they need something that's a bit more active, as the Lifestealer will just kind of be farming. The Centaur is still in the pool. It is not the best against Underlord, however, as he has percentage damage for you, and he also roots you, so you don't really. It's harder to stampede out.
May...
Every time we reach this, I always think of 8 different heroes, and they end up picking Doom.
Yeah, he does like Doom.
Every time!
Every time.
Like, look at all these fun offlaners that exist, and they always pick Doom!
But it's comfort. We did see him having a... Like, he was heavily focused in that previous game, right? They knew where he was going to move. They tried to slow down his farm as much as they could.
Yeah, I mean, he had a great game last game, and he's probably going to have a great game again. I do wonder how they're going to itemize, because last game we saw 33 buying Midas and going, like, Devour, and I've seen Lifestealers, you know, go between, sometimes buying Midases themselves, and sometimes not, just going straight for the Radiance, so I don't want them to get too greedy, because Spirit could punish that.
And the Shadow Fiend as the final pick for Team Spirit. And that means we are going to have the mid Lina on our hands, and Yatoro will play Shadow Fiend. Is that, because both teams are kind of considered turret heroes, as we call them. They just stand, they hold their ground, they just hit. Is that a little bit too much of the same thing, Saber?
I don't mind this pick. I think Lina plays in a way where you're just gonna get your axe and you're gonna be flying around the map looking for pickoffs, and it is very nice, like both against Lifestealer and Ember, because you can just pick them off if you have enough damage and if you have your Dark Willow with you. Yeah, I don't mind it. I'm a little bit worried about this Lina lane. I think he can get ganked by Hoodwink and Undying very easily, and then it's gonna be very rough. However, if Laro survives the laning phase, I think it's a very nice Lina game.
Do you feel like they have like too greedy of a setup, since they don't really have a way to, I guess, utilize the Underlord ulti in the early stages? It wouldn't be so easy, not impossible.
Yeah, it is. You don't necessarily have to do it. I think this Underlord will be utilized much more defensively, holding towers, getting some auras or Lotus, and making sure that these other two cores have a good game going.
Thoughts, Rhea, on what you think will happen on this one?
It could be a little bit too greedy.
Yeah.
But maybe Underlord could get Ags Rush going, and then you just control Ember with the pit and make it so we can't sit on your backline turrets, and that would be nice.
That would be nice. Are we going to a game
Wala
3?
pa rin naman yung buong puan.
No.
Whoa.
Unfortunately, no. I don't think so.
Wow.
You think it's too strong?
I think... I mean,
Scalpers!
but I feel like Spirit's early game, like, even though I feel like they're a bit greedy, but they should be able to secure the runes. It's going to come down to the runes, and they have the best support at the runes, Clockwork.
But I've been told that Lina versus Ember is not necessarily swaying in the way of Lina.
That is what I've said.
Yes,
and I stand by it. I think it's gonna be fine for Iron Wing, that is. Like, I think they have much better mid lane setup. So it just depends how hard they cook. If they manage to push it to the limit and kill Laro.
Okay, that seems like a lot of pressure on that mid lane. I will also remind you guys that those first 10 minutes of the previous game didn't really mean as much as later we got, but we're going to pay attention to how Ember versus Lina is going to play itself out. But before we see that, we are going to check if it's
Ayaw mag-load, what the fuck?
Thank you so much, Shaver. Yes, we are here with Miposhka. So good to see you here on the TI Grand stage again. How are you feeling being back here once more?
I feel great. No, I really like the crown, and I feel like I'm kind of excited, even when I'm not playing. So I really enjoy.
Oh, absolutely. Fantastic. Well, I did want to ask you a little bit about Not Me. Now, Team Spirit obviously does amazing in front of a crowd. You guys get a lot of energy. That was his first game. It was pretty good seeing the Wind Ranger steal that last Rax. How's he doing in there? Is his mental good? Is he like the rest of the team, or a little nervous? How's the man feeling?
No, I would say that he still improved with every game, and he not stable as like a new player on Tier 1 team, but I guess like, he move very fast, and everyone helps him with that. So we believe in him, and we're just trying to let him do what he wants to do. Always, maybe sometimes even too much.
Great. Well, definitely seems to be working. All right, I'm going to ask you one quick question. Any chance for a Game 3?
I think yes.
Yes, there might be a Game 3. All right, let's find out as we throw to our casters for this incredible Game 2.
Thank you so much, Slack. Apparently, there might be a Game 3. We'll have to see what indeed does happen as we're out to that one.
Was I supposed to say that?
Like, did we
Galing,
win?
galing.
But yeah, did manage to find that victory, and love to hear also about Not.Me and how he's sort of dealing with there, saying, you know, maybe not as stable, but trying to make sure that he feels as comfortable as possible doing what he needs to do. And it's good to go into something like this with maybe a little bit of adrenaline.
Yeah. I mean, he was fired up. As he said, you know, he feels a little nervous, a little excited being here with the crowd because they are cheering for them like crazy. Rue attempted to get them going even more with the Chinese Dota baby line, so he's really trying to sway the whole crowd here. That's his plan right now.
You know the other thing, and this was something that's always stood out to me about Dota, right? If you look at other forms of, you know, ball sports or whatever that are out there in the world, you start playing at a young age and you got your parents on the sideline.
Right, yeah.
And then you're like in middle school, maybe there's some people doing a TP away.
Oy!
First blood, Whitemon draws it.
Noon,
And then
walang
as you
TP
just
support.
keep going up the levels, you get more and more used to a crowd. But for many of these players, it's the very first time that they're playing in some of the biggest tournaments of the world, and suddenly they're surrounded by people. It's a lot to deal with in a way that many other people haven't.
Yeah, usually the only large crowd they're used to is their avoided list. You know, that's the biggest group of people they've ever seen in their lives.
Fair enough. Well, we'll see how they're able to do in this one. Ahri get chased down, brought down by Rue, so 1 kill apiece as they reopen up that camp. 33 will manage to get the pull over in front of his tower, though, most likely. As Collapse is getting chased down by Whitemon, drops a pit to drag the creeps back for a moment, and then is going to TP it back to base.
Yeah, let's go all the way home because of his resource situation right now. And this is just the life versus Undying.
Yeah.
Right? But, you know, you work with Not.Me as well. They're going to keep dragging waves, trying to reduce the speed that they're moving at here. So hopefully Collapse will get back there in time to get some of this XP and gold.
Annoying as he did manage to connect those waves before he pulled it around the side. So yeah, that's going to be a little bit tough. I think Pure is going to be off to a hot start in that bottom lane is what it looking like so far, at least.
Yeah, a couple denies there already. Well, you know, at least it's going better for Iron Wing than last game because Yadro doesn't have a killing spree at this point in the game.
Nobody smoked. They did not smoke out to try and take a fight. That is for sure.
Yeah, a little reset option here.
As Rue, they decide to turn now onto Yadro, but the Cogs push back, buying some time. Goes for a second salvo with Not.Me right there. Oh, he missed on that raise, though. Needs to get a little bit of separation from 33. Turns, hits, gets the kill. Now they're still on to Whitemon here, and
Oh!
comes in
The
and
acorn
just
shot
finish that one
connect.
off.
Yadro saw it coming, but couldn't get the distance in time by juking up to the north there. And such early rotations into the enemy safe lane there. Like Whitemon comes through the twin gate, TP immediately from Not.Me, sorry. So they know that this is coming. At least they're very prepared to have these TPs up and ready to try and engage. So losing their SF, unfortunately for Team Spirit. Collapse finds a few more last hits here, but obviously still struggling more than any of their core in the game right now.
Yeah, it's not going to be a good time. I mean, Lifestealer is already annoying, and obviously Undying. This is what you do to heroes almost every time. Does manage to pull this wave all the way back to his tower, though, and that's going to force Whitemon away. And in the mid lane, we'll see how that one goes, is there's a big pull, 33, not wanting to lane like normal.
This is such an interesting mid matchup because, you know, you heard Saberlight talking about on the panel this idea of like, does Lina really win that hard? And I would say that out of all the mids in this tournament, Larl and BZM tend to be the ones that don't really push their advantage that hard in the lane. It's not often I watch a lane and be like, oh, they're dominating the lane. I feel like they're both kind of eke it out mid laners, get to some farm, and then make plays with their team.
Right.
So I want to see if Larl can actually take advantage of this matchup. You know, can he find the edge that may or may not be there?
Well, Collapse goes down, but yeah, that's
Saan ba
gonna be
kasi
something to
nagpupunta yung
watch for.
camera?
Already you can see 31 and 9, definitely a better time over this Ember.
Yeah, the creeps are dying right now as he's back home regenning.
Yeah,
and he has a TP to the tier 2. He's scared.
That's not where you want to be.
No,
he's
chasing Ahri
here and pulls him up to the high ground for a moment. We'll still manage to get a hit off as they're trying to just continue to mess with Ahri here. Not.Me is still chasing him, and I guess, yeah, with the Brambles out and already finding a couple more hits. Does he go for the courier snipe? He decides to TP away instead. That's not going to work, sir.
A couple options there.
And 33 brought down again. Team Spirit,
Wow,
their early game.
What?
He was.
Hey, what happened there? He got caught by the cogs from the rapid. Oh, because where he was pulling the creep wave, because Rue was camping mid for the longest time, waiting for BZM to get back. But then he hits a flare to help with the gank onto the Hoodwink, and then he walks up the river to catch Cogs on the Doom. I felt like he was wasting his time.
These supports are doing a really good job. BZM will manage to get that illusion rune and needs it playing on this Ember. Collapse. Oh, it's just out of range. Oh, that's annoying.
Oh, did they? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This is Iron Wing is doing this every single game. If you guys watch the replays, Whitemon will run up here every single game and block this camp. If he's on Radiant or if he's Dire. And yeah, likewise on the other side, you're seeing a block over there too. This is certainly the meta right now. Every game, especially heading into the 7-minute Wisdom Rune.
Ooh, even dropping down another sentry there. And it feels like they're trying to maybe get set up to contest that Wisdom again. There are many heroes over on the left-hand side of the map. Nami begins to move over.
Doesn't really look good for Spirit here. I think Nami's just going to get forced out. Well, okay, Rue's coming.
Yeah, they're bringing people. Finds Ahri. Goes for the Cogs, a little bit of a miss, lines that one up, pushes him into another Bramble. BZM kills Collapse in the meantime, but Ahri will die, and now they're going to give this to Yatoro. Wop forward, triple raise, immediately down, and then some extra gold. Why not? Oh, that is not the way they thought it was going to go.
Yeah, I mean, they saw this coming, right? But I think they had the read, much like I did, it kind of looked like they were going to back it off.
Well, in the meantime, they did manage to take the other Shrine of Wisdom with Pure.
Yeah.
So all is not lost for Iron Wing there. But they did lose their tier 1 tower mid.
Man, so active on these Team Spirit supports so far. I mean, immediately, like, look where Rue is. Like, he is still just in their Ancients right now. Isn't he supposed to be helping the Shadow Fiend have a good lane?
I mean,
why is Yatoro top net worth right now? This Clockwork hasn't been there.
Doesn't need to be.
Is this the Doom issue? The freedom of the Doom lane?
I mean, yeah, and pulling other supports around to other parts of the map. And now moving in mid, look at this wraparound. Yeah, BZM is going to back away, and unfortunately, not able to get anything done there. An Invis picked up for Rue. But yeah, hard to make any type of real kill happen onto BZM at this stage. Ahri spots Collapse, Whitemon there too. Now Rue. Managed to get the root, push him back. Laguna Blade.
Oh my god, he's dead.
Yes! That is not an easy kill to make happen. Very well done.
I mean, you're trying to abuse your mobility this early in the game, assuming, they can't get me. You know, that's the life of the Ember right now, but got indeed.
And they drop down a Tombstone, not me. Healed up a lot, but still as they chase underneath the tower, it will be enough to take down that Dark Willow. You're looking towards that Radiance while Collapse is going to be upset that his camp has been blocked out.
Weighted dice as well as you can see picked up by Yatoro. He's got 1 goal this game.
Yeah.
10 goals.
Well, and Lifestealer is going to be a bit of a weird matchup there. There's definitely some stuff that you can do. You get infested him in like the super late game. Can be very annoying. And we've seen Shadow Fiends at times be somewhat frail if they're able to, get jumped upon. I do worry without a hard save on Team Spirit's lineup how that's going to go for them in the mid to late game.
That's true. We've also been having a lot of pretty hard jumps versus the Linas and the Shadow Fiends, particularly Earth Spirit. This game, it's not too crazy, Like the Ember gets in, but he doesn't necessarily have the sustained damage to take down one of those 2 larger core heroes. He's a little bit stronger at picking off the supports. So I'll be curious to see how they link that up. Like maybe we'll see a lot of Infest bombs. Maybe we're gonna wait for Ahri to get a hit first on the Bushwhack. Rue has built a fort and a camp in this tree line, and he's coming out once more.
Gonna find BZM, gets the slow down there. But as we're getting close to the 10-minute mark, it's gonna be a battle for the runes, and Laurel gifted and amplified damage.
That's pretty nice. And they've already gotten the mid-tier one. They could maybe use that to pressure one of the side-tier ones, perhaps?
Yeah. I mean, it's worth saying, again, a lot of the early success of Team Spirit in this game has come at the expense of Collapse. Like, Collapse had a really good game last time. He is not feeling good right now. This is a very poor offlaner.
But they do have a Boots of Travel Lina, and he has the gate. So the way back into this game is going to be kills.
Yes.
Or just even joining in on tower pushes can be nice. It also means that you have to be cautious about any aggressive moves you want to make on the side of Iron Wing. Like, Ahri's obviously getting pretty hungry, right? Like, he wants to set up plays for BZM so they get something going, but he's aware that every single time he's thinking about the Lina TP and the gate.
33 continuing to just farm up for himself and work towards that Midas again. Can also opt to go the Blink Dagger route first if he feels so inclined. But yeah, Laurel farming up, taking some camps, Collapse, trying to dodge away from Pure and Whitemon. But they hook shot in and they find him. 33 caught. Yadaro, a couple more hits is what he's gonna need. Rue still there with the chase down and has to give it up. Meanwhile, Laguna Blade drop down bottom. Good damage onto Whitemon. He's hidden, but the Infest to keep him alive turns Decay, still surviving. Hitamal is down. Tombstone also out. In the end, it's enough for the finish.
Okay, kind of guarantees they can't just instantly chase after Pure, I suppose, but looks like they're going to get away with that one anyway. Rue once more, just he's refusing to believe that he's on the Dire this game. We'll find a very late D ward on that Observer here from Not Me, and TP out successfully. Does leave space here for a stack for Ahri, though. Oh, wait, he did miss the Ancients, unfortunately.
But yeah, that's going to be something to watch for, because obviously now Rue knows that that stack is built up there. You got a haste run on Laurel, you've got this Underlord for early aggression. If they ever get an inkling that people are heading over to clear out that stack, they can maybe think about a contest.
Yeah, Yadaro really likes playing him there. And he's on big AoE ulti with the Requiem. That could definitely be the hero. You can keep flaring it as well from Rue, one hook shot in. And even if the flare is just hitting you as Ironwing, you're going to have to decide, like, is this worth going for right now? Like, how much vision do we have on the other heroes in this game at the moment?
Right. Well, and it's not a necessary move for Team Spirit. You don't need to, like, shut down those stacks, but if you could,
I mean, they're pinging it.
Yeah.
So this is the plan.
Ahri, they're bringing numbers. I think, yeah, Ironwing understands what's going on. The pushback kills Ahri, though. It happens so quickly. And now, BZM TPs to try and make some type of a fight happen. So Rue is going to die. A pretty heavy committal for that.
Yeah, they forced the Ember to rotate over here. Lina was keeping an eye on it, thinking about rotating in for that, though. So if they had, like, let's say they killed the Doom, like, they immediately would have ran in there and started farming up the two camps that are there. So I think it's a good decision because it also gains Ironwing these camps by winning that fight, even if it feels like you're overcommitting with the heroes.
Right. Lina drops the Laguna Blade, not able to do anything more to Pure. They're going to lose the bottom tower on Ironwing, but do, like you said, get those camps.
Stabilize this game a little bit for them here. It's a pretty big lead starting to build onto the Shadow Fiend. And obviously we're going to get a Radiance finished up pretty soon, and they'll start to speed up. But the full commitment comes out with a Tombstone and everything to lock these down for Ironwing. And Laurel is closing in on a Kaya. Get himself a little bit more damage here.
And that's going to be a completed Midas also at just about 14 minutes for 33. Rue does come over, not going to try and make a big move for the Shrine though. And so yeah, I mean, again, thinking through how that last game went, we remember Ironwing being able to pull it back into their favor. The sort of counterpoint is that there's no Invoker in this game, but also there's no Lone Druid. How do you see the differences in this game two working themselves out? Do you feel like Ironwing are still going to be like very comfortable going into that late game? How comfortable are both of these teams?
I think if you break down the last game, we see that lead for Spirit probably should have grown more from the 10 to 25 minute mark. I feel like it's stalling out at 4 to 5K was a bit of a liability for them. The only reason they basically cheese out the win is the Lone Druid. As right now, Rue in a bit of trouble. I would worry that without that super solid late game potential of the Lone Druid, like they had lost control of that game. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
You know, like they had to just beat the buildings down, which of course is a win condition you think of when you draft the bear, but it's not exactly the ideal one.
Right.
And so I think making sure that doesn't happen again for Team Spirit is pretty key here. So my idea would be trying to secure the really important objectives and trying to take away some space from Ironwing, because I feel like that's something they consistently stopped doing, even when they had a decent lead.
Right. Yeah, 2,000 gold lead doesn't mean a ton at this point in the game at all, and in fact, Pure is going to run into several of them as Rue makes the move around. Not Me, Ahri playing footsie here to the side. They find him, they catch him, and going to kill the Hoodwink. Collapse gets involved.
Yeah, he needs it. He is going to be a serious threat when he gets that Aghanim Scepter eventually, though. We've seen it time and time again. An Underlord can be behind, but when you're playing this hero like the Ember Spirit, it's just that one route and it can really cause problems for you.
7-6. And slowed down game is definitely what feels pretty good for Iron Wing right now. A shield room for Laurel. Hook shot in. Understanding the decay was there. Team managed to get him with the push on the cogs, and Laurel gives up on the fight. Decides, I do not want to be up there. I'm trying to make something happen.
Hindi tumama dahil sa cogs.
Hunting collapse, but Pitamalis down. Gets away for only a moment though. Now with the sharpshooter and the Doom dropped. A lot of hate head his way. Could not get the deny.
Ooh, look at that though. A little bit of a double tap, and that's into the Blink Dagger. Midas Blink 16 minutes.
Okay.
Very good here for 3-3. He is feared. Do they have a follow-up?
Follow-up is there. The damage, yes! Nice. Oh, just a terrorize coming from where he didn't expect it, and now a tier 1 tower gets taken.
Massive stuff here for Iron Wing.
For
Spirit, because you would imagine Iron Wing is just trying to get that armlet finished up on the Lifestealer and then maybe make a play with BZM. Join up together, Infest Bomb in on top of one of these squishier ranged cores of the Shadow Fiend or the Lina, but now you go down, that's going to slow down your Lifestealer. You're going to have an Aghanims pretty soon for Laurel. Once he's flying, that gets more and more difficult. Double roots? Again?
Damage out of the hook shot! No!
Where are they coming from, Lyrical?
Get him!
Why are the dire supports coming from the Radiant angle every time?
They're surrounded, and they find the cogs break of the TP for Whitemon. Team Spirit. These supports are just
not going good.
Crazy. Like, Rue has spent more time on the Radiant side of the map than the Dire.
Very impressive stuff. A few more hits and showing that right now, Yatoro is definitely the stronger carry. 4,000 gold up on him. Just a monstrous series. I feel like this is the... Satanic's not the only one that can do this moment.
Parang ayaw mo manalo ng TI ng put. Ba't ka ganyan maglaro,
Man, I mean, if you're on the side of Iron Wing right now, you gotta think of a plan with this Lifestealer. Like you gotta get involved, make something happen together. Try and find a good Doom. All right, he's running on Yatoro.
Dodges triple hit on the cogs, catches BZM too. Rue did so much right there. He had 4 cogs in a row.
Yeah, Pure's like trying to test things out as well versus the Shadow Fiend and just getting absolutely obliterated.
Yeah.
Has to just turn into the dragon. It went so poorly.
All right, well, those cogs, not as much. And Rue forced a hook shot to get away. Do you have enough to survive? No. BZM, enough with the Spirit Vessel to bring him down there.
No charges, though.
That's a little... God, yeah, I mean, if I was BZM, every time I get rooted now, I'd just be a little bit terrified.
Galing!
Will
Putang inang mind games yan.
Does get hit by the stun, but then gets out of trouble.
All right, very much back. 2 kills here on those dire supports. And this is certainly a very vulnerable part of the game right now for BZM. He really wants to get into that BKB, so he doesn't have to worry about the double, triple roots that are going to be coming out once you have this Aghanim Scepter finished up on the Underlord. Meanwhile, Pure has been doing some farming up top as the Ancient Black Dragon to give himself an extra layer of protection and has now finished up his armlet. So, be prepared for some infest plays. We got 4 points in the Tombstone right now for Whitemon. So if you want to try and fight Iron Wing at an objective, it is going to be a little bit tough, but we do have that Lina. We do have a Shadow Fiend. We definitely got some Tombstone hitters.
Does almost have the Aghanim Scepter completed on the Lina now, and the wraparound is coming.
Oh, wait, they're going to run into Team Spirit.
Yeah, they will. They're going to see him right through and finds him immediately. What more could you ask for? The Doom is already out. They're going to drop the ulti coming in from Collapse with the turn and hit. Wait a minute, Yataro's still strong. He's still so strong. He finds 2 more kills before he dies. Oh, RH barely surviving from that, actually, and Laurel comes in for the cleanup.
They just beat them on the numbers game because of this mobility. I mean, that one wasn't even TPs from the Lina. That was just anticipation and good coordination on the map together.
Yeah, congratulations, you found me.
Really did.
Yeah, Shadow Fiends. Yeah, he's doing a lot. That's really scary. If he gets to the point where Doom is not, I mean, it might still kill him, but he's just a glass cannon.
Yeah, being doomed isn't his biggest concern, eh?
Well, an Aghanim Scepter is being delivered for Collapse. More avenues to get into the fight and to disrupt it. These little tiny things that come in and start messing with Ember. It's very annoying to play against, especially as we've seen we have the follow-up hookshot or LSA or these other disables that have just really made it tough for BZM to play.
The waves on the side lanes are in a really bad spot right now. Like they're getting them pushed out as Iron Wing, but they really need to, I think, get a Tormentor, honestly. I feel like a Shard on the Hoodwink or the Undying would both be absolutely massive right now. But every time they try and push these waves out past the river, this happens.
Look at this. Finds him. Pure tries to get out of the cogs. He manages to just barely get some separation, but four-step forward, Yatoro destroys Pure. And Not Me think about chasing this one if they want. Whitemon hits the 3-hero decay. A few more punches are coming in. Fast and Furious takes down the zombie man. They can go back and clean up the tombstone if they want, or they keep going. They find 33 also.
The Aghanim Scepter from the Underlord. Instant kill provided to their team. Nami was holding the Terrorize that entire time. So if anyone else had decided to join that engagement, they're just going to get feared away.
Trent, they have bigger circles than them right now, and they're slowing them.
Big, huge circles, and now they're going into circular zone known as the Roche Pit. They're going to get that Aegis. And two, you know, maybe somewhat squishy heroes occasionally of the Shadow Fiend and Alina. Not going to feel very squishy. We're already up to Pike Manta now for the Shadow Fiend. We already have the Flame Cloak for the Lina, giving her a lot of magic resistance against a pretty magic-heavy lineup.
Yeah, Team Spirit coming in, looking good. They will find at this point Collapse, but don't go all the way in for the commit. They didn't want to end up dying, so they keep the Underlord alive, and Ahri manages to get hook shot across the river, walks it back in. Why not?
That's going to be the
Kaya
Yasha now done for Laurel.
Maybe another.
5-0 and 5.
Maybe another.
Not another one.
They're thinking about it. He gets rooted. He gets feared. The damage out. Look at him. BZM. Ooh, doggy. Okay, they turned that back around. And now maybe have an opportunity to jump onto Laurel. But 33, he gets stunned. He gets killed.
He doesn't even get a Doom off. Like, there's no chance to fight here.
Team Spirit, they showed up in more numbers. And BZM is going to keep back Yatoro from finding a kill onto Pure.
And the only good news is that BZM survives, and he's like 100 gold away from his BKB. So these Yule setups aren't just going to be free from Not Me anymore, but it's just been so devastating for him to try and play these engagements. And then right after the Roche now, Team Spirit are going to get this Tormentor. It's going to go to Rue. So, I mean, already hitting some fantastic hook shots. It can be very difficult versus the Undying. You know, the fights are very blobby and whatnot. So getting at extra angles is very good.
Well, I think some of it, too, that's just a little surprising to me is that this Team Spirit lineup has consistently been on the front foot.
Is Rue gonna hook shot? I'm like,
oh, no. Yeah, they got him. They got him. Oh, jeez. But, like, you've got Hoodwink. You've got Ember. You've got these heroes that want to jump and find that first target and set things up. And it feels like they've never started a fight almost.
No, both games, truly. Like, they have been put on the back foot in both of these games, and their ability to move on the map has just been very, very minimal. It's such a similar story to last game, where the Dire, like Team Spirit, are just quickly deciding, we are crossing the river. We are fighting for these zones. And they're just not able to do the same. Like, it feels like they're always just trying to push them back, let alone gain any territory as Iron Wing.
Well, Team Spirit certainly rising to the pressure of the moment.
We're waiting my BKB, guys, then we can strike back.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean,
they're waiting.
It's there. I mean, we got there, right? Like, they lost that last fight while he was still waiting for his BKB. Now he has it. Now it is time to strike back, as BZM said. And that, you know, that strike back, I imagine it involves Cure infested inside. It probably means we have to hit some glorious bushwhack here from Ahri.
It's important though, right? Because it speaks to this issue that if Iron Wing were waiting for this key item and then are going to start making these moves, if this doesn't work, it's really scary. But it also should look better than it's looked throughout the last 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, they're also very close to BKB now on the Doom, just 350 gold away. So 3-3's trying to rush that. He's got a Midas cooldown coming up in a second. I don't know if you really want to give up this tier 2 without any sort of a fight. I mean, it's just 3 heroes pushing. They gave up so many towers like this last game to just a bear. Will they give it up to just a solo Shadow Fiend here? You know, they know, yeah, he's probably got some backup there, and indeed he does. But they just know they can't fight it. They're, you know, this kind of comes back to this idea of them playing like the machine. They really like to have their specific items. They have a plan. They like to make an idea and stick to it. So they're gonna wait for the BKB. It's flying out on the courier now to 3-3. What can they get done? Can they kill this Lina? Can they blink doom her? Can they bushwhack her? Larl? Oh, the camps aren't there. That might save his life.
Oh. Or does he stick around for this?
I mean, they see him on this ward. They know where he's going. Rue's intercepting now.
I mean, look at this. Yeah.
Running away.
They're waiting for the perfect fight.
What do you think that circle?
Absolute perfect fight.
What do you think that circle on the map from BZM means? A giant squiggle all over the bottom half of the map.
I'm not sure. Play there.
It didn't look like a happy squiggle.
Larl shows on this wave again. Rue is up front and center though. The bodyguard keeping him alive. Yadro steps forward, finds Whitemon. A couple quick hits is all that they're gonna need, and now they're cooked. So they move in, they take him out, and wait a minute, Pure pops the Enrage, trying to run, but no, the hook shot's there. Rue's got him, stunned for now, rooted. This cannot afford to happen. Eul Scepter lift up, they gotta save, they gotta keep him alive. The stun is there for a moment, but no, Pure is brought down. Team Spirit relentless with their chase. Collapse runs forward. They can't hit the brambles. They don't need to hit the brambles. They take down the Undying.
Whitemon was trying to get close enough for an infest save because he doesn't have the Tombstone Shard yet. But he can't quite get there. That ends up costing him his life as well. A little save your buddy syndrome in action here on the TI stage.
What are they waiting for now?
We gotta find a new item to wait for, huh?
Apparently. I mean, I don't know. It's tough. A 12K gold lead right now. Team Spirit, this squad that has come in and looked incredible on the main stage, is doing it again.
Last game was a very, like, you know, with the Tusk plays.
Oh, lift up. 33, TP's out. They'll just throw a few items out there, but that's the BKB used.
In the first game, they had this Tusk, and they were instantly making plays, right? Like we saw with Yadro and the Lone Druid. He doesn't have to wait for anything. In this game, it was a little slower to start, but the second that Rue got into the hookshot, it's been ridiculous. Like, he is just the ideal clockwork that you want on your team. And the same thing with Not Me and the way that he's playing aggressively, too.
We've known that, you know, obviously Collapse, Arturo, unbelievably powerful talents, but to see it also out of the supports is really impressive. Okay, Iron Wing. They got to get back into this one now. They're just, if they would have gone up right then, they would have run into the Lina. Unfortunately, they won't see her there. Now, Toro is showing on wave. It's just, it's not quite coming together there for Iron Wing. Spirit a step ahead of them. When it doesn't connect, feels quite bad sitting on these BKBs.
Yeah, in this game, this gold lead that we talked about has not just been flat. It has been up and up and up, just constantly growing here for Team Spirit because of the way they're playing aggressively with these supports, because they have the global teleportation of the Underlord and the Lina. They're just always opening up these opportunities. And I think we should also mention the fact that Yadro has played very aggressive this game.
Yes.
Like, he is constantly on the other side. He's not just doing backwards farming into their camps, because what's better than farming your own camps? Farming the enemy camps.
All right, that's exactly right. I mean, they saw all of these heroes walk through here underneath a ward placed down by Rue. A Hex is now done for Lina.
If they catch Rue with that, I mean, or even just BZM, obviously, like, it means that once he sees that Hex, he can't allow himself to ever just get hit by a single, like, root or any sort of a Cursed Crown after. Like, he can't play that little greediness with his BKB. He's just gonna have to let it rip.
Yeah, 100%. Roche, now 25 seconds. But can see the danger that's coming there. I mean, again, you look at this, Larl actually doesn't even have the BKB. He's gone all out aggro. So there is an opening there, but we just haven't seen Iron Wing be able to find him in these fights at all.
No, he is big chilling right now, 6-0-7. No concerns for his KDA in this one.
So it is going to be 1 minute and 35 seconds is now the Roche timer.
I mean, Blink daggers for what, you know? Blink on Ahri, Blink on 3-3, not able to play aggressively with them at all. They are now, you know, across the river. They're sitting up here together. They got Pure on the wave. If there was ever a chance, it's now. Yadro walking in, invisible. Do they have any way to spot this?
Jumps inside, Ahri out. Now they see him. The pit is down. Trying to chase some of these heroes. Do they understand that 33 has the lifesteal inside him? Follow-up pit is out. Hookshot off the mark. Meanwhile, though, he's able to get the two back
Oh.
on him. The Lotus Orb reaction. Yatoro thinking about a chase. They cannot catch onto 33, but do manage to kill the Hoodwink.
Meanwhile, they just have BZM down bottom. Like, there was no chance they actually wanted to engage there. Maybe they're just happy to get a move from Team Spirit.
Right.
That's a
They
lot
get
of
this gem on
replay.
BZM. And, you know, maybe hoping that Yatoro will go a bit too far because, you know, as you pointed out, there's no BKB on the Lina. There's no BKB on the Shadow Fiend. Roshan is back up in 30 seconds. This does have all the makings for a possible fight win here from Iron Wing, but it's going to have to be a fight where there's some sort of an infest save.
Yes.
Right? Like, you need to min-max every single thing in this engagement if you want to get this win. The Tombstone save would be incredible if they could get it ready, but it's still a couple hundred gold away here for Whitemon. He's only at 800, so...
BZM, they break the smoke and blink away.
Oh, the Tombstone gets dropped.
Pure on Daru. Does he have any way out of there? Force staff down to the low ground. Is there anybody that can chase him? BZM is there. So they get the kill onto the clock.
They got a proc on Not Me, so they know he's around.
Yeah, Laurel shows up. Not Me in very deep right here. That was a interesting choice. So they managed to get 2 support kills as Roche respawns. Maybe an opportunity as the MKB comes out for the Shadow Fiend.
Can they actually seize this right now, though? Like, do they feel it's that desperate? The problem is it is a top Roche right now.
Yeah.
I feel like if it was bottom right now, maybe they would just insta-go. The best thing they could hope for is a bit of pressure on this tier 2 bottom, but classic Ember lineup and hitting a tower, it's a bad time.
I mean,
he needs friends to do it.
As much as this is like, you know, 13K gold lead, Team Spirit looking good, I don't think that Iron Wing are out of this by any stretch of the imagination. And considering how patient they were last game, I wonder if they just feel confident going to the late game no matter what.
Part of those stuff like this, like Rue just TPs back to this outpost.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And there's the Cogs and the Hex and the find and the kill. Yeah, that can't feel good. BZM caught. And now they got the Squirrel too.
So
Ari goes down.
They kill 2 supports bottom. They can't pressure the bottom tower. They can't reclaim their own outpost. They got nothing out of that double kill. They instantly lose a core and a support, and they're going to lose the Roche now.
Yeah.
Like, they are just getting outmaneuvered like crazy by Team Spirit at the moment. They have an exact read on this. They have constantly been playing on their side of the map. They are constantly getting down good vision and just refusing to get, like, look what Na'Vi's doing. He's blinking in here. He's defending. He's warding. He is just delaying and ensuring that you have nothing. And guess what? You can't kill this guy. He's just going to set up for a kill because we got global mobility.
The pit, they move through it, collapse. He finds that kill onto Whitemon with Laurel in tow. 17 gold lead. They are owning.
And the coordination here with the Underlord is just grotesque. Very well done. And when you get rolling with a hero like this, it feels so good to play ahead.
So they're going to step up. They're going to take high ground. First tier 3 tower. Yatoro claims it. And with nary a fight, Team Spirit looking to close this one out. What's the answer, Iron Wing?
The answer is never buy a BKB.
Apparently.
Look how well Yatoro and Laurel are doing, guys.
They don't need
All right?
them. You don't need
You
them.
don't need them. Okay, what if you're just better? Have you ever thought about that? Oh, see, Laurel. He bought the BKB lyrical. Maybe this is the turning point.
The turning point, yeah. The BKB. to
Buying
lose
the
game.
BKB will be the turning point here. I mean, it hasn't helped Iron Wing.
You're not wrong. My goodness. What a performance from Spirit. I mean, whatever else you can say, Iron Wing has not responded the way they needed to in this game number 2, and Team Spirit have put the pedal to the metal. 35 minutes. Are they going to go for more?
I mean, they're ready for any sort of a play here. They're holding this high ground. They're watching for smoke angles. They're keeping an eye on who's pushing out what. And Yatoro continuing to play very aggressively here with his Silver Edge, obviously having some confidence with this Aegis.
Who's he going to run into?
He gets spotted here.
They see the Shadow Fiend. He is standing on a remnant underneath a ward. No cares.
0.
Maybe.
Double catapult wave coming in.
I mean, again, it's 3 minutes on Aegis. Like, do you really want to try and do a big jump and fest play onto this Shadow Fiend right now? There's no way it ends well for them. I feel like they need 2 Dooms.
That might help.
They need a lot.
All right, well, they're going in. There's the vision from the Shiva's Guard.
Finds some, pulls it back. Bushwhack, sharpshooter, connection, not me dead. Okay, that's something. Can they turn it into more? The Crozier, he's Crozier'ing. BZM in some trouble, tries to run away, but the right clicks follow him. Didn't stand a chance.
And Pure, he just has to sit there and watch.
There's not much else to do as they have built up a gold lead. They are taking these lanes. A second set right now. Team Spirit indomitable in this game number 2.
Pure is just trying to find anything. He's just running in here right now, thinking, I have to start something. This is their desperation play. He just goes in.
The Life Stealer walking in never feels good.
No, that's not the play.
You do not want to see that. The Hex is out now. LSA connects just on the edge.
Ooh, what a manta.
To do what they can. Okay, big 33 jump in. Lincoln's popped. How much more do they have? They do not have much, Trent. It is not looking good for Iron Wing. Things look bad, as a matter of fact. Doom waiting for his Blink Dagger to come back off cooldown, but in the meantime, Pure gets brought down low. Not dead yet. Laguna Blade out. Needs to infest to survive.
Okay.
Gets into Ahri. So they take down the Clockwork. Now, I do have some bad news about their top lane.
No, that part's not great.
Their top lane is entirely dead.
It's a little bit tough.
No.
It was a noble effort from Pure to just get in there and try and make something happen. And he did barely escape after being hookshot there by Rue.
Yeah, this is despair mode right now for Iron Wing fans.
It's time for more of the Conjurer's Catalyst.
Oh yeah.
Now for the Lina here.
Oh jeez.
Okay, Basher on the lifesteal is actually pretty big.
Throw it into the hands of RNG.
Pinabasagal lang sila.
Please save us is the call.
Wala nang magawa si Pure.
They need a lot. They need kills. I mean, again, you win a couple of fights in sort of a triumphant fashion for Iron Wing, and that pulls this all back into their favor. Things could start to look very differently, but winning those fights, how do you do that at this stage of the game?
I mean, BZM last game had it a lot easier on the Invoker. He's a hero that scales a little better and gets this immense amount of burst damage right around this time of the game. Ember, unfortunately, is a little bit more item dependent as well. His Aghanim's also a great tool for that. Particularly, it's very good at just giving vision over the entire fight, especially when you have the Shivas. But as a poor Ember, he's just going to have the Ags to work with, if you can even get there, to be honest. But that's their best hope, is that he's able to get in the backline and maybe mess around with Ruin, not me, because they have truly been the backbone of these fights.
Laps pressuring out this building has the Crozier. Try and mess with the regen and everything else coming out, as well as just keep himself alive against the Lifestealer jumping onto him.
Yeah, great game for the Crozier for sure, especially because of that Lifestealer. Very hard counter to the Underlord, so any ethereal abilities are always very handy, and this addition was a great one in this matchup.
Okay, this was the turning point last time. 33 finishes the Aghanim Scepter. We've got Abyssal Blade done on the Lifestealer.
He also has that Shiva's Guard on the Doom for the big AoE bonus on his Doom, which is nice.
You know what else?
We don't have to roll the die with the Abyssal. What's that?
There was also the game, they were down 2 racks when things started to turn. Look at all the pieces are coming together, okay? Iron Wing, they're looking for a comeback.
So do you have Iron Wing winning too on this prediction? You that desperate?
I did put Iron Wing winning in my predictions. You are not wrong. That doesn't have anything to do with what I'm saying.
Right, okay. No, I was just making sure.
Not me. Smoke breaks. Back away, don't hit anybody. And retreat, no Essence Distiller connection. I mean, it's true. This is a really good performance from Team Spirit so far. And I think doing it in this way, like we've talked about in Game 1, it's important, I think, for this roster. Just come in and dominate. Not needing to constantly come back from 20 minutes. BZM finds one. Tries to jump in, not able to find anybody. Hook shot connects onto 2. Rue decides to go through, then force staff back away. Jetpack out of there. Rooted.
Something here.
BZM, BKB is down. Needs to be careful. Ahri, they got their sights onto Pure. Can they chase down this Lifestealer? They want to. Pops the Rage, now turns, hits onto Collapse. The right click's going in onto this guy, but he's living through it. Now Rooted on the backside. Root finds another one. It's 3 with the call.
Oh my god, patay na si
On the land, the hit, the kill. They jump in with 33. Is it going to be enough damage though? No! He
Narot
dies
pa.
so
Saktong-sakto.
rapidly. Look at the hits coming in from the outer. 4 dead for 2. They're
GG.
still doing it.
Man, what a cogs there. Rue just playing out of his mind this game, separating Pure from the rest of his team so they can't keep going with those saves. They can't try and bail him out of that fight despite all the healing he was getting there. As you can see, it is not enough. And they're going to march down. SF in the mid, Lina on the bottom lane, only a single lane remaining. BZM forced to buy back, but he just can sit and watch the double catapults go to work.
Trying to close this game out right now. It's going to be Mega Creeps at 40 minutes. Team Spirit on a spree. There's 30 seconds until Doom is back up. I don't know if Ironwing can hold in that amount of time.
There's a Fiend's Gate in 5 seconds and a buyback on Collapse. He might get cheesy here.
They're thinking about it. The hits, they move in. Whitemon dead, does have buyback, but he's going to get the Ceaseless Dirge first. Now the hits onto the tier 4 towers. Buildings start to fall. How comfortable are Team Spirit walking in without Aegis? With Doom respawning, they're going to take the safe route and go bomb back home. Okay,
Sure. Collapse buys an Abyssal. All right, so I'll gate Root, come through the gate and Abyssal you.
That's pretty awesome. I love that. Well, Roche, it's going to be a relatively long respawn, 2 minutes. If they get that, I can't see how it happens. A Parasma done on Laurel. Ironwing are going to have to dig deep for some type of a salvation here.
Yeah, BZM, he's got a Ghost Scepter, he's got a Kai and Sanj. He was forced to buy back, so that Ags is a complete pipe dream at this point. It's such a big power up for the Ember, especially if you want to play that style where you're trying to interrupt the backline. It's so hard without the Ags. You just don't have enough mobility. You're not as fluid with your movements.
Yeah.
And now Rue, he's already been throwing his body into the fires of these battles, but now has the Aeon Disc, so didn't go for the Blink Dagger build. Still much more of a classic Clockwork in this one.
You can see Team Spirit hold in this high ground and just letting the waves spam in. An illusion is out. Pure realizes it now and still can't really fight it that effectively.
That's probably not a good sign either, huh?
Now there's smoke behind him.
All right, 3-3, he's thinking about popping the Doom. He's pump faking it, he's ready.
Backs out.
Nakita.
Nullifier completed. So
okay, so Black might just die if he messes up something.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, look, Nullifier, Abyssal Blades, Ironwing have the tools to kill a hero if they can get on top of them. There's lots of ways to take down this Lina if you get that first jump, if you can find that right target. 33 jumps up and he's immediately rooted. Oh, that's not the way they wanted it. And no detection means Yadro's tucking away. He tries to escape, but the LSA connects onto several. The turns, the hits, he punches him down, dead. 33 is gone. Ironwing, they don't have a prayer. They're trying to chase forward for more. Whitemon gets up onto the cliff. He tries to TP away. Not gonna happen. Collapse. Drop in the voice lines. As they turn, they hit BZM. Nowhere left to go. GG is called. Team Spirit take the 2-0 on the main stage.
Dominant performance for our first series here on the main stage by Team Spirit, and not in their typical fashion necessarily. The power of the crowd is real. Let me tell you, Yadro pops up on that camera, they cheer. Every single time. And every time he's getting a kill, they're also cheering. They love him, and I think he loves them too.
Absolutely. Feeling good in that booth. On the other side, Ironwing, not the way they wanted this to go. Oh, Ari, another one of those players that was looking to prove it here up on the main stage, but it's Team Spirit that managed to get the victory. And it did not look particularly close.
I feel like Team Spirit was struggling a little bit coming in, like,
boring.
Stage, right? Like, you're like, okay, couldn't quite get it together. Then they're playing
boring. Talo yung prediction ko sa
there were
una.
some issues. Whereas
Nakakatamad.
Ironwing were really finding it at the end. I feel like they kind of figured out their drafts, and it seemed like they had the heroes they wanted, and they got those heroes here. You know, they got their Hoodwink in their game. They got their Undying, but it wasn't able to carry them to the victory. So Team Spirit coming with a very good plan as to how Ironwing wanted to play and adapting really nicely in the draft. I feel like they did an excellent job just predicting what they were going to do.
viewers nitong si Nix.
A really, really solid performance indeed as Team Spirit were able to get that victory there. And again, thinking forward to what this means, I mean, Ironwing dropping down, it's going to be a scary lineup to go against in that lower bracket, whoever they end up facing. But again, the victory today is Team Spirit that were able to take it. It went long and late in that first game number 1. This one, much less so.
Yeah, a little less back and forth here, unfortunately, for the side of Iron Wing. So they're gonna have to take a look at this, figure out, we got our heroes, so what wasn't good? Well, let's see what they did for Spirit.
观众朋友们，欢迎来到赛后采访。那现在在我身边的是刚才获胜 Team Spirit 的 Yatoro， 以及我们可爱的主持 Snacks。
Hello, Jonathan. How are you guys doing? And thank you so much. All right, let's get started, Yatoro. I gotta say, I know how much you love the crowd. I know how excited you are to be here. You told us earlier this year you were bummed you didn't get to go main stage. Here you are again. Must be feeling pretty good.
好的 ，Yatoro 也是首先恭喜你们拿下这场比赛的胜利。那么在今年的早些时候呢，你也是跟我说过，你很期待队伍回到最好的一个状态。你觉得现在感觉怎么样？
Yes, I love crowd. I love this arena. I'm glad we won.
我喜欢现场所有的观众，我也喜欢这座场馆。谢谢大家对我们的支持。
Ton of Team Spirit fans out here cheering your name. Are you surprised by how many there are?
现场有很多观众朋友们都在欢呼你的名字，你有感到意外吗？
Yes, I am.
是的。
Good to hear. All right, Game 2. I don't really want to talk about it. Not much to talk about. Game 1, the Bear, very impressive. I have to ask, what was more enjoyable for you to kick Iron Wing's ass with? Was it the Shadow Fiend or the Lone Druid?
我不想聊太多第二场的比赛，因为内容的话太过残暴了。想问问，相比于第一场的熊德和第二场的影魔，你觉得今天用哪个英雄去打爆对手感觉更爽？
First game for sure. Yeah.
I'm surprised that they did not ban this bear. Why is that? Why'd they let you get away with it?
其实第一场肯定是更爽的。然后 Slacks 追问的话，我很疑惑，为什么对方没有ban掉第二场的熊德，也没有人选，是为什么？
I think they just forgot about the laundry.
Mag-update mo sa akin, tanginang yan.
And so it's not a problem, but it was pocket
Laban na
pick,
ba?
so we're happy we got it.
Ban na ba yung account ko? What the
我想
fuck?
他们可能第二场比赛的话，忘记了有熊德这个英雄存在，然后他们选择了对我们。其实对我们来说的话，这也不是一个问题，但最后的话，我们还是有自己的考量。
Thank you. Now, a lot of people are saying this is the most competitive TI ever. Do you agree with that? Do you feel like any one of these teams could take it?
有人说这次 TI 我们的8强是历史以来竞争最强烈的一届，你是怎么想的？你觉得你们战队有没有机会拿下这次的比赛？
Translation.
Yeah, I think a lot of good teams and tournament who can win. So we're gonna try to be one of these.
我觉得这是一次不错的比赛，有很多的强队，我也希望我们能够成为夺冠热门。好的，那也是感谢 Slack 以及 Yatoro 接受我们的采访，我们把剩下的时间交给我们的分析台。
Ano yan? Gibberish yan, tama. Di na, tangay na.
What a series that was. Team Spirit.
Marami rin palang
They
tao
do
eh.
this one very easy compared to Game 1. This Game 2 was a bit. I mean, compared to Game 1.
Pero sobrang spread out.
Yeah, I think the way supports played on Team Spirit was just incredible. This
Andun nga si
game,
Inami.
you could see Notmi being everywhere. He was like picking them off, surviving everywhere. The way they
galing na
moved in
support
the early
ng
game, I
Spirit.
feel like when you play against Iron Wing, they
Being
kind of
chilly.
force you to play this game, and they're usually the ones making the moves first. However, Spirit in this entire series, they were able to like turn it on them, and they were the ones making the first move, forcing the tempo of the game. Such as this moment.
Philippine wine, Keslap lang maganda prediction
Yeah,
sa
this is one of the many moments here, Winter.
Yeah, they were just
Maganda prediction, maganda fantasy.
Whenever I watch Iron Wing, whenever I see BZM is playing like a spirit hero, a hero that needs
Nasa
to move,
47%
they just don't really
yun siya.
feel like they're
Bato,
comfortable
bato.
playing the game. Like here, I don't know like
Ito sa akin.
what happened. Like Ember didn't really have a way to get to this fight, and I feel like this is the type of fight that you need to be able
99%
to connect to as
si
an
Gago.
Ember spirit in the early game.
Sarap.
Yeah, the game was all too quickly
Support
in the hands
policy, lahat
of
ng
Team Spirit. And this is without the funky shenanigans they of course did in game number 1, where they were able to get a great start on the board already before the horn sounded. But it felt
Nag-1W pala ako dito. Tangin.
rounded, if that makes
Kanino
sense.
ba ako
Rhea. This
nag-Team
is the
Spirit?
lead that
Si Jepoy ata, tsaka sa
you
isang
could
Smurf
see Iron Wing
account ko.
try. There was no way of them getting out of this.
Yeah, I do think it was hard, and whilst they were greedy with things like Midas on the Doom, they didn't opt for a second Midas.
Ay, nako, hindi pa rin tapos pala mag-compute
Radiance in
to.
good time. They attempted to make plays with the Infest, but I think that Team Spirit, especially given they were playing these two long-range cores, they just were better at positioning on
Wow,
the map.
just
Like if you were
rolled
watching the
11K
minimap throughout this
points.
entire game, you would kind of see the like swings and roundabouts of Team Spirit moving.
Bibili ka
in
bang
this
Aegis pag
formation
nakakuha ka
where
ng discount?
The supports are always out in front, and then there's like a Shadow Fiend kind of a bit behind. Lena's then a little bit further back with her boost of travel ready, and then Underlord is all the way on the other side of the map, ready to go with his ult at any time. And it felt like they were always moving in this way where Ironman could just never get any kind of fight that they
Ano
wanted.
ba yung 150 USD?
Yeah, we have
Parang
previously,
5K
of course,
lang
it was
ata
Laurel.
kung
Oh, sorry, it
makakuha
was
ka ng
Tutora
discount ng
without a single death
95%.
to his name. This time it is
Person-
Laurel
person.
on his Lina.
Ano ba last
It
year?
was a
Hindi
hero
ko alam,
that
hindi naman
14
bumili last
Spirit
year.
was
Nung
picked
makalawa.
in that first phase. It was their first
Nung makalawang
pick.
taon.
And
Ano nga
that
ba binayad
did
ko nun?
mean that it was
Ay hindi, nakuha ko yun. Gawa kasi nung compendium natin. Naabot
against it.
nung...
They went for Ember Spirit. We talked about this, Saber, about that it should be
Hindi ko alam.
not that bad for Ember. Why did it turn out this way?
Yeah, so what I enjoy more than feeding in my pubs is being wrong on the panel. It is actually good for Lina.
Oh, 4,000
I was talking
ano,
to
4,
Quinn
6.
backstage. She said, yeah, it is mainly like 60-40 for Lina. Embers
61.
can survive this. However, you're just range hero. You have enough to like harass him down, and we could see it. He was constantly zoning him and destroying him. Mid.
Bibili ka.
Laurel for sure
Nasa
the
yun
MVP
naman.
this game.
Hindi.
Absolutely.
Hindi ako bibili ng
Perfect
Aegis
gameplay.
talaga. Yung dalawang Aegis na to.
What more do you want?
Sa level lang ng Battle Pass ko nakuha.
Winter, why they felt comfortable picking Ember into that to begin with? Because was it just a hero that would be then better for the game after?
Sarap yung kay Beto eh. Maganda rin yung fantasy ni Beto eh.
I think it's the pick
Nung
sequence.
inayusan
They
ko,
felt
ang
like
ganda
they
ng
couldn't
role.
really pick, the other heroes.
Yung mga nagpa-level ng BB dati,
They
ginawa ko
needed
lang
more
arcana.
time to reveal the other cost, so they had to pick a mid hero and they see Lina. So the immediate
Eh, ako
thought
naman
process is
parang
we
one
just
time
pick
lang ako
a mid hero,
nag-BP
they could
nun.
just play the lane. And maybe you could also buy Mage Slayer later. I don't know if that was
Eh, wala
part
akong
of the plan,
paggastasan that
and
time.
have some kind of hero to-
Kasi
to lane
nag-lockdown.
against Lina.
Ayun, binuhos ko lahat sa Battle Pass.
How incredible it is they killed the Ember here, because as you can see, they have like 2 stuns, and now he gets stunned by
Ang ina nga yung lockdown nung TS sa game. Ito parang hindi Team Spirit eh.
working for Spirit. As you can see, he's like, not the ogre, no.
Unaccepted.
Pero depende ngayon kung may bonus ko yung
It's incredibly impressive that they were
matitignan.
able to get these Ember kills. Another one here, beautiful route into stun.
Sana umabot ka sa 90... Hindi pala 90 yun. Top
And
1,500.
they managed to get him. It's like, it's really
Ganda
good
ng
if you
works
manage to get
doon.
these
Hindi mo
Ember
na kailangan
kills,
magbayad.
because
Shipping
it
fee lang ang
forward. If
babayaran
you're able
mo.
to get the Ember,
Na 6
he's
months
able
Dota
to
pa, so
just,
sarap.
play the map, push all of your waves. It's big problem.
Pero ang biggest win na rito
Heroes
sa
was
mga
one of the best heroes against Embers.
hindi
They
ka
always
nagkaswerte
create
sa
opportunities
fantasy
for you because you have enough
prediction.
lockdown with the hero. And
Is it
after
till
those 2 kills,
95%?
like the 15-minute kill on Lifestealer and that kill on the Ember, I feel like they just
Ano kukunin mo dito? Pag naka 95 ka?
couldn't control the map. They just had
Or
nowhere
kapag
to
nakakuha ka
shoot.
ng Tyrant
They got
Regalia?
the Ember Spirit on control, and you want to highlight how they got the Life Stealer on control as well.
I
Traumatic.
think he just
Sinukat mo ba? Maganda ba sa Arcana? May marami nagreklamo sa Reddit kasi na hindi raw siya maganda sa Arcana ng DR.
They lost the top tower. And the map just became really small because after they lost
Tingnan
the
nyo,
top tower, they lost the
sa
mid
may
tower,
Arcana na
and you have no access into your Ancients area after that point.
Okay, eto
Yeah, and that was
tapos...
definitely a tough position for
Back ba yun?
Iron Wing
Anong
to
ba back
be
yun?
in. And then later on, Rhea, towards the end of the game,
Maganda yung
obviously
Crimson pero
there
wala
were
naman
many
akong
chances that Iron Wing was
balikan.
trying to get a foot in the door, but there were 2 people stopping that.
The 2 supports,
Parang
look, I
di
don't know why
bagay
we're
yun.
saying Law's
Ewan
the
ko.
MVP. I think it's pretty
For me,
freaking
hindi.
obvious
Parang di
who
siya
the
bagay.
supports this game. We've talked about
Kahit
them more than
naka-unlock yung
anyone
style
else
to mo.
on this post-game panel.
Okay
And
lang
they were
pala pag
delivering
naka-style
in
to ka,
every
pero
single way. Like
hindi
I
pala
talked about
naka-style.
earlier, this formation, there's always a support out front. Like it doesn't matter if Iron Wings just want to move forward on the map or they want to smoke out on the map. It's always this Clock and this Willow that are
Sa
catching
akin
these moves.
ba?
They did it bot earlier as well. And you see here
Reset
how
ko
they
dito.
triangle on this Dark Willow. She's unfreaking killable. She gets out because she has a net worth advantage from their team playing so
okay
damn
lang.
well. You have this like 4-star Yules and
Bagay
the
kasi
Horror
white yung
spells
color
that are so
scheme
elusive,
ng
and that gives their time,
Arcana
their team
Ay, back
all the
pala,
time in the
shoulder
world
yan.
to
Back
set
yan,
up
Mike.
and come and respond to these moves. And this is
Ang
just
immortal shoulder
the tip of the
CDR.
iceberg end of the game where it's so dominating in their favor. But this was happening all game long. Like the way that they warded, the way they put their supports out, it just meant that they had constant coverage and ways to protect their cores.
Parang
Which is
maganda
how
pa
the
yung
Shadow
normal eh.
Fiend Lina duo core were able to thrive in such a beautiful way.
I mean, to add to
Ito
that,
mas
I
bagay
think
sa
the
Arcana.
reason why the supports were able to do that is
Nakalaki
because
style
whenever
to
you
mo.
have Underlord. Underlord just shoves all the way, so it's easy for your supports to just move together and play the map. Whereas you compare it to Doom, Doom can't really do that. You kind of have to show your hero until you have the shot.
Dati lampas
you
sa
eat the
5
dragon. So I think
gawa
the early
ng
game was better
narutulog.
for
for the supports on the Spirit side
Ano
because they had
nangyari?
Underlord, even though he
Tas
lost his
may
game.
Mask of
And
Madness
then
pa. Hindi ko trip
the
yung
game spirals out of
MOM
control,
kay Drew.
and all before you know it, it's a 2-0 in favor
effect
of
pa to,
Team
di ba?
Spirit, who
Nagtitwitch
now
yung
move
ulo.
forward in the upper bracket, top
Maganda
6
pa to.
confirmed, whereas Iron Wing will drop to the lower bracket. Both teams, of course, still unsure of who
Ako to.
they will face next. But
Yan,
that's okay,
yan ang kapartner
because we're
talaga
gonna figure
dapat.
that out as the day progresses,
Angas.
because we are ready to go
Ano
to our
naman,
next
Miss?
series, our next best
Gano'n
of
may
3
Madness
here
ngayon?
for the main stage of the International. It
Ang
will
baduy,
be
hindi na kasi
Team
binabadis
Vision
tong hero.
versus Boom
Putang
Boys.
ina,
And
mahal
to
pala
get
nito.
started with that one, we are gonna
Ano ba
hear
effect nun?
from
Wala
Yero
naman
and
nata, di
Save.
ba? Wala nga.
Our journey in the group stage was starting from some a
Bet
little bit
Bomb
problems,
Vision.
and
Nantok ako.
we got some mistakes that we need to
Push
work
GP
on.
kick.
So
GP
we keep improving on that.
But eventually we knew that in the elimination match in Decider, Aurora picked us. We knew it's gonna be a different game, you know. So we won, and we were super happy.
When we played against Team
Ano
Vision
ba to?
on the group stage, we gave them too much respect.
Magkano $18?
Because we lost to
Boring
them
na pala ng per
on
ng
the
PA.
previous tournament. And now on the playoffs, we're gonna prepare for this match.
They're considered
PGL,
like
what
the best team
can
of the
you
CI.
do? Not
I will sincerely think that my team can win. This is like the only way you can play in the TI playoffs.
sabi rin daw,
Otherwise,
boring na
they're
ng
just eliminating
production daw ng
competition,
TI.
Of course, everybody in this tournament
Mga
want to
2014
win
ganyan. Dati kasi
TI.
nasa rin.
As for me, this
Ay, talaga.
thing is the same one. But for me,
Boring na
going
ako
through
sa
the
dating
playoffs
account.
and play on this arena, my family watching me and our fans, most important thing.
I mean, it's my dream to win at TI, so...
Nag-bet
obviously
ka ba?
it feels
Bukod
very
dun sa
special. Every
inaabangan
time
mong
it's my
fantasy.
fifth
Nagsusugal
TI.
ka pa ba?
And obviously, I want to win.
Wala naman
so
natang
hard.
iba nanonood,
That's
di
my
ko alam.
fourth TI in my
Nagsusugal ka pa
Doric
ba
history.
these days?
So for
Sa
me,
mga
it's
sa
the most
pro
important one.
games ganun.
Like
Di na.
for the
Kahit sa ano,
every
yung
player.
nilalaro nyo dati.
For me, it's just my
Yung
aim and purpose to
na
achieve the ages.
nagtatanggal
I think our
ng
expectations were always the same. We, like before the tournament, we wanted to make it to the top 3.
hirap yan par pag may
I think it's
utang
kinda
ka.
the same, and we
Parang di ka
have a really good
makakatulog
group
kasi may
stage.
iisipin.
It's still like
Ano ba yan? Utang ba yan dahil sa
When,
sugal?
on the crowd is
O
really
utang
good,
lang gawa kasi
and,
nung
it gives you more feeling
mga
about
credit
this tournament.
balances.
So, this tournament, it's
Tangin ang
different
hirap to kung may utang ka
between,
dahil sa sugal. Pukin ng
other
ina.
tournaments.
Of course. I'm super happy that we have this possibility to play in
Ito
front of other
nakakatamad
people that
talagang
cheer for us.
bayaran. Di
So yeah,
mo.
I'm super happy and grateful for the support from all the fans.
Alam mo na kasi may panalo sa laro na to eh.
More feelings, more emotion when it comes to playing on the main stage, and I'm sure we're going to see that translated in some epic moments for our upcoming
Ay, kasi
series.
nawala
And
na
you hear
internet.
Miro and Save, and they talk about, you know, the rocky road that for them was the group
SFP
stage, and
na
they
namin
are
ba?
going up against a team that had no rocky
Abot
road
pala
at all because it's Boom Boys
the
versus Team
disconnected.
Vision. Focusing our attention
Ang
first
ina,
to Team
30
Vision.
seconds lang pagitan. no?
I feel like you guys got to be aware of something that some of you at
Bad.
home might not be aware of, because there is a person that is back at the TI stage.
Hindi na nagkakaroon
Rhea,
ako
it's none other than Puppy.
sa CC. Never
He's
again.
back,
Inday goes
he's
to
coaching,
Japan
he's
service.
better than ever somehow. I don't know. He's just good at
Ang ina
everything.
nga,
What
ano.
can you do?
Binud,
This
ano na,
team
binabayo na
will not
ng
stop talking about Puppy. Anytime
habagat
you ask
yung
Vision,
Luzon at
how's it
Visayas,
going?
hindi mo
How's the
mahagilap
improvement been?
yung
What's been the biggest influence here?
parang
Puppy,
concern
Puppy,
lang
Puppy,
kumbaga
Puppy.
ng vice
And
president niyo.
especially Satanic has elevated to a brand
Nila
new
pala.
level off the back
Di
of
pala
his
ninyo. Di
mentorship.
pala
He talked
natin. Di ko pala binoto
specifically
yun.
in his team's vlog about EWC about how
Nasisilipin
Satanic
nga pala
is a
dito.
carry player who plays so much on instinct. This youthful like instincts and
How
you know,
much?
they understand what to
Beware the
do.
bite of
Their reflexes are better. Their mind is sharper, but he has no idea what he's doing apparently.
1K
So
lang
Puppy's
pala
like grabbing him by the head and making him understand
So, di
why
bagay.
is it that you're making the moves
mali
you're
kasi
making that are
yung
working
skin.
out. And say, he has to actually think, and he's like,
Red na ba
oh,
to?
I understand now. And then when he's consciously
Red
making
na
those
pala.
moves,
Ay, hindi.
he's now
Ano ba
even
to?
better than before.
Yeah.
And he's ironing out those mistakes like bad Satanic.
Okay, kaya hindi ko pala binili to kasi na-strip ko yung ano, yung Ravenclaw na back.
He's being molded it into a TI champion that we might see bloom
Install
this year.
ka na RO0 Global, may auto attack.
Here for the international 18
Yung okay.
years, and to be able to
Hindi ko,
translate
yan ba yung parang
instinct saber
classic?
into understanding, that's quite a big feat.
It is.
Ito nga muna
And
si
I
Machine.
cannot
Ganap ako ng bagong MMO game eh. Ayoko ng Ragnarok. Tangina, nakakaumay. RO0 Global. Gameplay. Ano ba to? Ito ba yun? Ito ba yung tinitingnan ko? Tama ba to?
Good morning guys and welcome back to the channel. And I will
Hindi ko trip
chill. And before
Hindi
we
kasi ako
we can straight into
PC
the journey.
Ragnarok eh.
Guys,
Kaya
back to
hindi
the
ko
content.
manap akong Grand
Ragnarok
Chase to.
World
Kasi
War
yun yung nilaro ko dati.
Basically,
Pero ito
actually,
kasi hindi ko
you're
ma-appreciate
active
talaga.
now. The main
Nalaro ko lang
sport
nito, private
is
server pa. Tapos
surprisingly
wala naman akong idea.
where for sure to
Kung ano ba yung ginagawa ko sa putang ng laro na yun. Nakatawa nga, mahirap magpapera.
package. There's
Oo,
also a
classic
30
yan,
days version of this one, but since
1:1
CBT
yung
only
rate.
lasts 7
Ha,
days,
ano yung 1:1?
there's kinda no point buying.
Ibig sabihin nun, 1:1 yung install ka lang para yung pinapanood ko. Ba-working. Sakin.
the longer one. And after that, I also bought
May, anong tawag doon? Parang may Clash of Clans sa PC, pinanonood ka abang. Di kasi siya private server. 100% lang yung experience. Okay.
the mage
Idle
weapon
game.
to boost
Oh,
our
parang
fire
idle game
speed.
yung pinanonood
And we will
ko.
also buy this cell star.
Ilang araw ka na
and
naglalaro?
This one is actually super useful because we can use it to instantly teleport to the places
Nung
where
binabasa ko
we
yung GC,
level up.
parang
So basically guys, it's
kung ko lang
saves
nalaman,
us a lot
naglalaro
of
ka pala
travel
nun.
time, especially early game, because walking around
Parang
the map can
third
get really
na,
annoying,
kalalaro
especially
mo
with
lang
those
pala
high
nung
level
nag-chat ka.
maps that can literally
Si
just
Brel,
one hit you out
nung
of
nag-inuman
nowhere.
kasi
So
kami,
those are the things
share ko
that I
lang,
think
nung
we can use
last
for now.
Friday,
But
uminom kasi
eventually,
kami dun
guys, you
kila
will
Ken,
actually hit
yung
your
tropa
first
namin
wall in
na
the game because the
sa
main
malayo.
quest suddenly
Kung
requires
saan kami
level
umiinom na ngayon,
20.
hindi na kila
So
available.
basically now the
Nagtap up
game
na
is
ako
telling
300
us,
pesos
alright,
para sa
it's time
akin.
to grind in the open world.
Okay.
And another
Ayun, tapos na-share lang ni Brel, naglalaro siya nung, yung isa pang Ragnarok, yung, hindi ito eh, yung before to, yung mas maganda yung graphics. Yung available sa Steam, yung The New World, oo, yun na tayo. May nakita akong friends na naglalaro din. Para nakapag-benta na ata siya na account, naka 9,000 na ata siya in total na nakikita. Sabi, sobrang pay to win yan. Ewan ko, sabi ni Brian, parang yun din na basa-basa ko dati. Tapos nung tinanong ko si Brian, sabi parang di naman daw. Same sa Rox eh. Mobile game eh. Sobrang pay. Ewan ko. Parang ayoko na kasi talaga mag-Ragnarok. Nakaka-umay. Wala ba ibang game na MM mo? Meron akong inaantay pala yung... I'm not sure kung familiar ka sa Guild Wars 2. Magkakaroon sila ng sequel, yung Guild Wars 3. Tapos, ang maganda doon, pasa sa Ragnarok. Guild Wars 3 na. Yun nga yung gusto ko sana laruin. Ang maganda pa doon, kapag daw may progression ka sa Guild Wars 2, is parang magkakaroon ka ng... Ayun, anyway, para may portion na may carry over mo yung progression mo sa Guild Wars 2 to Guild Wars 3. Next year, inabangan mo rin pala yun. Guild Wars 3 release dates. Fall of 2027. So, ano yun? October? October ba ang fall? Ano ba? Kailan ba ang fall? Ako, Steam sale lang naman inaabang. Oo nga. Di ka ba Di ka ba ano yung inaabangan namin ni Ado? Ayun, yung Fit Girl. Doon ko lang kasi nilaro yung Assassin's Creed. Ha? Bakit?
they might have learned those same lessons from having already faced Vision in those group stages, and they might now be able to
Ba't nga pilay si Katomi? What the?
as they take their place in the booth. It's time to
Bakit ka
talk about
pilay,
the
Katomi?
because Winter, I want everybody to be able to understand.
Papi Ashim, bro, tripping. Like, bro.
Let's start with Vision. How come they are
Dito na papasok yung literal na break a leg.
their gameplay? What makes them so unbreakable when it comes to their gameplay?
I think they have a couple of ways of like approaching the game. I think at the moment the strongest play styles you have like a
Ay
spirit
na,
mid
parang
and
puwet lagi si
you have,
Satanic,
you know,
ano?
carries on the side lane. You have a hard carry.
Damn!
Kind of just plays around mid and makes space. And you can also see them sometimes going for like the counter matchup. Like no one likes also to play the counter matchup. I mean, he wins the lane. The support also plays through him. And then when he is on a more greedy hero, you see them make adjustment on Notice. Maybe Notice plays something like a Slada. He's less greedy and he's the one moving around the map. So they have a lot of ways of approaching the draft, which makes it very, very difficult for the team to choose, you know, what do we do against Vision, because they can do
Gen Z
anything.
na
They can
tomboy.
pretty much pick any hero and play anything. And I would say like if you ask me, the critical pick might be the IO in this series.
Yes, I know.
Sa anime, iba yung impression ko kay Satanic. Mukha siyang badyaw kasi.
The IO team.
Yeah, I'm very impressed by their IO.
Murot
Heritage,
na lang
honestly,
siguro
I think
to.
it's been such a blessing
Yung
of
para
seeing.
Vision,
I've really
bakit
enjoyed watching him
tinanggal
play.
yung para
His IO
betting
is
site ba
something
yun?
that
Yes.
apparently was running amok in pubs, but he
Yes.
legitimized it on the pro scene at Essence 2 and has had a lot of success with it. He's played it one time so far at this tournament.
Kaya yung
to
bet
win.
boom.
And it's a really cool hero. Have you seen this ball? I don't know what the rest of the graphic is.
Hindi approve kay Val.
His
Yung
IO is
betting
fantastic. The way that
or-
this hero works essentially is it doesn't matter if you're going safe lane, doesn't matter if you're going mid. There are two camps that you can basically go and hard farm, and this hero will basically run in a pattern between going to lane and going back to these camps and farming them on repeat over and over and over again till he gets his helm, and then his speed of farm just increases so much. Like the way that
Actually, masaya na ako kahit sa isang buong Dota Plus eh. Hindi na ako nag-aangad ng... Itong terrain to, hindi ko naman gagamitin to kasi ang gamit ko yung Sanctum of the Divine.
So versatile. I think teams, hopefully in this break, maybe took a little bit more focus at how to shut it down. Like maybe blocking the camps. I feel like we don't see much blocking of camps anymore.
So the
Sponsor
secret to the
pa
hero
sa
is farming,
Pornhub.
knowing how to farm on this hero.
Yeah. He's a very good farmer.
He's a great farmer. It's worked so well, and we've heard Boo Boys talk about it as well in their
Marami naman
interview. Once
sa
they won from Aurora, they were
Ano
it
yung-
was a close series. Let's just say that. And they were
Kaya
very
dito-
confident. Like as soon as IO has his time,
Kaya dito
it's
paano
over, it's done. It doesn't
mag-liquiding-
matter what Aurora is doing, we win.
Huh?
And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, and then the second problem
Liquid,
is like when you
ano
play
ba to?
against IO, he gets his
Liquiding
axe
na
timing, and
cooling
then
sa
he's super
PC.
strong. But then every single item he buys afterwards just makes him or the
The-
IO more strong and
Try
just
mo
more
sa YouTube,
unkillable.
boss.
And eventually you hit the 25
Marami.
talent and you're just shooting left and right. Your reload is like no cooldown and no cast time. And it's just really hard to play the map. It kind of reminds me of Laundruid and with how difficult it is to play the
Anong
map
tawag
against
doon?
the
Anong
zero.
tawag
But
dito?
how much of it is also because of the pairing? Like we saw the IO Slug, IO Lago.
Yeah, preferably you want like a carry hero on the mid lane, so you have two heroes that scales really well into the game. One of them the IO and the other your mid
Buti hindi
lane.
nakastream yung second monitor.
To be
Hayop.
fair, both Miero and GPK can play this type of hero, and they scale both really well.
Which is funny considering we're talking about Boom Boys in the later stages of the game. You want the,
Kay
in
ako
this
sa
case,
Kikiam.
the
Okay nang
carry
ina kaninang
style
umaga
mid
pa.
laner with the IO paired up. But
Sinibak dito, like.
historically, Boom Boys has always been especially strong, Rhea, in the laning stages of the game. That's where they normally is like, okay, they'll have a great laning stage and then they'll either fast win or fast lose. That's different now.
Yeah, I mean the early stage, like I think Winter said it best. The early stages feel so irrelevant for the most part. Like even in the first game of last series, we saw them devastate them in the beginning with Tusk, and it still became a close game. And I'm glad it's kind of moved away from that. I also think that that's kind of reflected in Kiritich's hero pool almost. I think he used to play so much more sacrificial, and now they pump so much more farm into him. And I do. It's a good sign of change, right? Adapting to your patch.
Yeah, I think that is what makes Boom Boys now also, just like Vision, versatile, Winter. Because you mentioned the versatility already coming out from this offlane. How will we see that reflected in the game? Because that's something that Vision is not going to necessarily be able to prepare for because they don't know what's coming there.
I think the draft is going to be very important. Like, you have to understand that laning phase is not as important, and you want picks that would actually function well. And something to do in the mid game, like when you can look at the draft, is like hero pairings. When you're playing the map, you need specific heroes to kill specific heroes. So what do you want to pair together? I think this is something that is very, very important right now in the draft. So, for example, if you have an Ember and you have a Hoodwink, so together these two heroes, you walk around the map, you get kills.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of the thought process in the draft is on this.
Ay no, mga kailangan ko ng palitang hero pool nga. Putang ina, walang kwenta kasi yung Visage nakakabusit.
And the other is the kill combo. I think you see it a lot with Ember and Hoodwink. And how are you using these heroes on the map? Where are you going? I think
1,
all
2,
of these
3,
things
4,
would,
5, 6.
play out in the draft. So having the right draft to allow you to do
bakit ganun?
moves like this is very important. Who's going to push out? You do not want to only have catch heroes. Like, who's going to push out the waves? That's why the Helm heroes are really strong right now, because they push out the wave and your Hoodwink gets to find a kill.
That it almost feels, Saber, like both teams are right in this tricky balance during the draft of how much are you drafting for the game.
Ay
and
no,
for
I
being
wanna
able to,
sleep.
win the later game of Dota 2 versus how much are you able to
I
not
wanna
lose
sleep.
too much in the lanes, because there's a little bit of sacrifice that is being made there.
Hindi pa rin
To be fair, I
nag-update.
feel like most of these teams, they kind of
Ayun.
play to have a lineup that they're comfortable
Eto.
with. They don't really play for counter picking too much. I've
Patamad
only seen
naman.
maybe Falcons do it here
Hindi
and
ako
there,
pwede
even though they
mag-abandon
also
ng
like to stick
15
to their heroes.
after 15 games.
I think for
Or before
Vision
15 games.
specifically, their free course can kind of play anything, so they rely on that. And the fact that they're all incredibly skilled, Satanic especially, you know, he can play all the carries. You can just get him a good hero and then do what Winter said, make sure that you have a good pairing for your support so it lines up nicely. You want some lane push, you want some stuns to set up kills, and you want to make sure that your lanes make sense.
Yeah, and we talked about Miero already being the most versatile offlaner of this international. I want to focus our attention on his counterpart a little bit, someone who a lot of people might not be too familiar with. Rhea Noticed has not gone unnoticed. Had to do it.
It was a good one. This
Ay
one
nako,
has been
GG's mo
very,
na
very
guys.
impressive so far. On
Huwag na
Vision.
lang kayo
He,
sa official streaming
playing
channels
like
ng Dota 2 TI.
on trial, I guess they were comparing him against other
Gusto ko matulog.
offlaners, but he just had so much success